Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're reaching for the stars, we're making this too hard, and I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Again. So stick around. So stick around.
Leave the world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I want. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. You'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You'll always be my broken. They don't know how we love when we're lying close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide away now. Don't let go. Know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You're so don't let go. Know you feel you'll always be my broken love. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost.
Search for you, stay on.
We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
stick around. So stick around.
Let me play my cool intro. Y'all ain't ready for this. The disrespect is real.
I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch.
No, it's okay. You guys are all welcome to trash Queen in the chat. We'll hold a whole panel on Queen.
I am honest to a point, but a lot of the things I talk about aren't true.
Wait, somebody not telling the truth on YouTube? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the push departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
Me and my friends, we're gonna find you and we're gonna rip you apart like a wasteland.
Snakes don't get a fucking safe space. If she wants to keep it going, then we'll keep going. If she wants to stop the bullshit, then we'll stop the bullshit. But I'm not gonna fucking sit here and let anybody lie on my motherfucking name.
Bring your ass. The fucking link is in the chat. That should be.
Oh, loose booty, wet panty looking ass boy. Replay that, Queen. Her name is Queen. It ain't really so much Queen. Queen B. Queen B. Queen B. Queen B. Okay, there. Queen B. Queen B's money. Queen B ain't got no money. Queen B.
She always fucks some shit up. I don't know why PJ doesn't get his ass on a motherfucking leash and get his ass under control. Fuck.
Better than never. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight.
And I haven't brought it public, you know why? Because someone that I was fucking close to is in the middle of a goddamn lawsuit. How do I get my hands on your soul? Because I need something to clean these titty broads. My dove is just not doing it.
Bring your asses. As simple as that. Come in. I mean, bring it. Bring your asses. Hey, don't get Queen B and her 550, 600 servants. Bring their asses out.
You might have started it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Absolutely.
Or go to somebody else's panel. Let me just say Queen B's panel. I'm telling you, we all need to go up on Queen B's panel because that seems where everybody's going. I guess Queen B is like the The god of YouTube.
Queen Bee Escobar, bro.
She's in China just making drugs.
You know, I run the cartel on the YouTubes. I run the cartel here. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what boss bitches do.
Exactly. Beefing with the Queen Bee because I heard the stinger sucks.
This lady Queen Bee with the lip ring is innocent. You two weirdos are being weird. No, I know who this is. You're the lady that was on Molly Go Lightly.
No. You have no doubt QB could hold her own with any female on YouTube. Let me tell you something we all learned a long time ago.
I would fuck her up and drag her from here to China. Let's meet one-on-one.
Writing checks their mouth can't cash. Bitch, I didn't write a check my mouth can't cash. I cash all them motherfucking checks.
And I cannot for the life of me understand why people put her on a pedestal. And these allegedly smart people put her on this pedestal like she's something important.
We got to tell you about yourself. It's your fucking old lying ass over there. Is her fucking name obnoxiously relevant?
Because she I know, she changed it.
She meant to say obnoxious and irrelevant. That's what she meant to say.
And coincidentally, it sounds exactly like Queen Bee's voice because, as I've always thought, Queen Bee is using some sort of slight distortion on her voice when she broadcasts.
Exposed!
Queen Bee exposed!
Oh my god, exposed!
Oh my god, bitch. Did they get that Dugan?
Said they get that Dugan. That shit crying for the shady. You better fucking shut your mouth with that. Girl, stop.
Wow. What in the hell? Someone told Queen Bee that you said it was her hacking your email. What the hell is wrong with people?
Right? Take your ass to bed. It's fucking past your bedtime. I'm gone now.
Right? Why you gotta be crying?
I'm fucking killing the vibe, bitch.
What?
Take your ass to bed. Boston, no. I'm not capping at all. I'm telling the whole truth.
Look, babe.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna skedaddle. You know me, skedaddling away. See you guys.
Pumpkin. I love you too.
Alright. I despise you, Boston.
Whatever.
Good morning, beautiful.
Happy day.
Happy day, baby. We got trigger today. Gotta trigger these motherfuckers every day.
Baby Jesus showed us that, you guys. I swear to God.
I know that's right, because you just put right on that shit.
Yes, I did. Baby Jesus was like, look here.
Yeah, fuck the pause. Pause for the cause. Fuck that pause.
I'm just trying to be a better person. I know it.
Let's see here. God damn it, dude. Can you hear him?
Yes, the dog is orange.
Damn it, dude.
Girl, this tea is piping.
Isn't it, man? These motherfuckers hot.
That just burnt the roof of my mouth.
Where's Candy Sue? Where's she at? You heard that like I heard that one. Fire in the hole. Smoke him if you got him.
You're like the third person that would probably be in the back of the class.
Fuck you, me too.
Ellie's a thug.
Right.
You don't
We're all thugs around here. Shambles. Thank you for supporting the hot biddies. Y'all wasn't ready for that, was you?
Wait, I wasn't, bitch. I was not. I wasn't even close to ready for that shit. Alright, I love you, baby girl. I'm gonna jump off.
I love you too, baby doll. Yo, what's happening? What's happening, y'all? What's going on? What is going on? It's Wednesday. My gosh. It's a hell of a Wednesday. Let's see here. We got some shit going on, baby. Got some shit going on. Sorry about that. The little called grandma. So, of course, she came in here because she wanted me to say hi. So I had to say good morning to grandma. I said, well, hey, I just started a live stream, because you know how that goes when you get on a phone or you start a live stream or you start doing something, or, you know, like the attorney calls or something. All of a sudden, boom, your attention. They're like, Mom. Yeah, never fucking fails. But you know what, though? I used to do that same shit to my mom. Same shit. It'd be like, she'd get on the phone and immediately I'd need something. Why didn't I need it 5 minutes ago? Who the fuck knows? But it happens every time. It happens every time. Man. I already know. I know you guys already done heard the news because it flies through these fucking streets like it's wildfire. Hellfire. CJ, thank you for dropping 10 memberships on us. Happy Life with a $2 super sticker. Good morning, beads. And Coffee with Queen fucks you. 57 and free, dropping 5 on us. Miss Happy Life dropping a membership on us. Happy Life with another $2 super sticker. Can't tag everyone, but I love y'all. Tamzilla with the membership. Let's see, Big Girl for Life. Can I get some bees in the motherfucking chance? Choby Blue Eyes, thank you for dropping 5 on us. World Peas, member for 29 months. I'm so excited for this live. Let's go hot. Miss, in my opinion, Fletcher, member for 17 months. Cluminati, member for 12 months. Shit. Never paid a bill on time for a year before, bitch. But check this out. You just got your golden crown, Beady. God dang. It's your fucking golden crown at the Hive. What? Half Pint member for 9 months. We made our baby. We finally made it. Congratulations, little mama. Tia Marie, member for 26 months. Been a wild ride. Sure has. Marie. Listen, also, LFT, thank you so very much for that. Beautiful. Is it a little wind chime or what is that? It's like a beautiful little glass. It looks almost like a little wind chime. You hang it up and it's real pretty. I don't know what it is, but it's really pretty. And I hung it up and it's really, really pretty. And I really like it. RLR, member for 26 months. Damn, it doesn't feel been 26 fucking months though, does it? Because it don't feel like that to me, I guess. I don't fucking know. Skip, member for 9 months. We had a baby. QB, actually, this is our third little baby. Dang, Skip. Over here, shit, child support's going to get steep. Bumble support. I'm going to pay you in pollen. Unlover, member for 12 months. Got the golden crown. Beady Bop, got the golden crown. A sun catcher. You know what it might be? It's like this little, it's like it's not a stained glass. Here, you know what? I mean, I'm just gonna have to take a picture of it. I'm gonna have to take a picture of it and show you guys. But listen, you guys have been my birds have been gone for a week, and it has been the hardest fucking week ever. I know there's people got bigger problems than that, you know what I mean? And I get it, you know, like there's way bigger problems than somebody's birds passing away. However, it was the bond. It was the, you know what I'm saying? It was the amount of years we had them, the bond I had with them, you know what I mean? Like it was, you know, it changed the dynamics of our house. But I can say this much. You guys have shown me so much love between all the emails that I've gotten. I've had 5 sets of flowers delivered to my house now. So I've had 5 bouquets of flowers, roses and beautiful flowers, a t-shirt, several little things. And I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts. And I just love that you guys love me enough to take your time out of your day to do that. And it just, you know, all the comments, all the thank you, you know, like the I'm sorry's and the, you know, the thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for sharing your birds, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just appreciate all the kind words, all the love you guys have shown. you know what I'm saying? I just can't thank y'all. I just want to tell you guys I appreciate you, and it really, really, really makes a difference when something like that happens. Like I said, it changed the dynamics of our house in a major way. So it was a big loss to us. And like I said, I know other people have bigger things. There's bigger fish to fry, and I know that there's more important things that people have going on, and I get it. You know what I mean? It affected our family in a major way, and I just appreciate the support that the Hive has shown. It has been the support has been amazing. I really hope y'all know how much I appreciate you. All right, let's keep it moving. So let's see here. We got this. We'll just address the elephant in the room. Obviously, you guys heard today that GW is getting a law or has a lawsuit against her. Tony's attempting to file one against her. I heard about it in the grapevine, but it's not my place to say anything. That's her place, and apparently something was said today. So I know the streets are on fire with it. It was all over. It's in Discords. There's conversations going on. I just want to remind people, that this is somebody's real life. Once again, this is fucking ridiculous to me. And again, like I said, it's real life. Like this is, what is it really worth being a content creator when you have to worry about dealing with frivolous lawsuits nonstop? Well, I mean, I don't know. This is crazy as hell to me. This is fucking crazy as hell to me. Not only so there's been people who have sued YouTubers back and forth or whatever, you know what I mean, for years. Doing it over here in this sector is absolutely ridiculous when most people over here don't have the financial means to start a lawsuit, let alone fight a lawsuit. A lot of people don't have the support and the means, and I'll tell you right now, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that I would have been able to fight 2 lawsuits and a countersuit without you guys' help. Without you guys helping with the legal funds, without you guys helping with the memberships. If it wasn't for you guys, there'd be no way I'd be able to fight it. So with that being said, I know she's in the same boat, and she already is dealing with a lawsuit, the appeal. Okay. So they basically won the anti-slap. However, they appealed it. So when they did the appeal, just like it cost them money, it's going to cost barbecue money. It's going to cost granny money. It's, their lawyers have to go into, another round of, this was dropped. This was, the lawyer, the judge on the anti-slap, but they're going to have to go through all these court motions. And with every motion comes paperwork, and paperwork costs money. And it's like they're just doing the shit to drain the fuck this community, and it's terrible. It's really fucking sad to watch, because all in all, is it really worth coming on here and talking and doing this kind of stuff and defending families when you have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to deal with people filing frivolous lawsuits? I mean, is it in the end, is it worth it? It's ridiculous. I can't believe that he filed a fucking lawsuit on Granny's watching when she's already in Rico dealing with the appeal, and she's already paying out the ass. Yeah, wasting money, more resources. And for what? He's asking for $75,000. Here, my phone died. I don't have I have to go pull the docs because I don't have it. But so I don't. All I know is the bare minimum, which it really is not my place to even discuss. Honestly, like I said, my fucking phone died. I got it on the charger. Let me see how much it's got charged. Hold on 1 second.
Like that.
Oh, stop that.
What I mean.
I say what I mean. Mean what you say and say what you mean. That's right. You got it, babe. You got it. All right, you do your thing, okay? Marabella dropped 5 memberships. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sweet one. I love your laugh. It makes me smile, warms my soul. I hope you are having a better day. Having better days as the days go on. You and your girls mean a lot to us. Thank you so much, sweet one. I appreciate that. Bob's Place. The Closet Lurker is here. Happy birthday, Mama B. Miss Tiana, I love my Hive tribe. It's not, I mean, are you talking about happy birthday for your baby Bumble, you mean? Because today's not my birthday. My birthday is not till September. Let's see here. Gummy bear, it's absolutely sickening. What are you talking about, baby? So TikTok Tony filed a lawsuit on Granny's watching. And from my understanding, it's filed in Oklahoma. I don't know. I have to go pull the court docs. That's what I was getting ready to do when my daughter walked in here and wanted to start talking to me. So then I said, hey, I'm on a live stream and we're being a rude. So, it's Shauna's birthday. Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Miss Shauna. Happy birthday. Yeah, there's music on in the background. I just turned it on because I thought it was already on, but apparently it wasn't. All right. Give me 1 second. So there's the only thing I really seen that's on these streets other than there was a Granny did a members only live this morning. That's where you're hearing everything at. I did get a video that a clip that I think it was JP that clipped it. And it kind of I'm guessing it's a clip of Granny's watching from this morning. I didn't see it, so I'm not sure. But From my understanding, I think this is just a clip from Granny herself, where she's kind of giving a little bit of a rundown. Or a little bit. I'm not sure. Here, let me see. I think it's...
I'll be quite honest. I'm hoping to keep this information members only, but I am not stupid. I know how.
Right. She knows how YouTube works. It was on these streets in a matter of fucking minutes. So there was no keeping it. I mean, people, as soon as they heard that, they ran with it. See, the thing is, she made a post on her members only with the a C&D or whatever, and so everybody thought Jay was the one that sent it. So she kind of, in my opinion, rolled along and kind of leaned in and let people think that. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's why Granny came out and talked about it today, was to make sure there was no misinformation, or that, you know, the whatever misinformation there was, it was corrected. I think it's absolute fucking bullshit, in my opinion. I think frivolous lawsuits are fucking ridiculous, and I think it's going to ruin the fucking true crime community. I think it's going to ruin this sector, and altogether, it's going to make big change. I mean, it's going to make big differences in the YouTube platform. It really is. And I know that YouTube has had several letters sent in. They've had several good morning, Leo the Lioness. There's also a big issue with AI. There's a really big issue right now with AI. And the things that are going on with these kids, and the things that they're able to do. And so, like, the deep fakes. Yeah, it's been awful, man, with that. I'm sure BJ knew it too. Yeah, I'm sure BJ knew it too.
How the internet works. Matter of fact, I know somebody already took my members only post off of members only, and listen, I get it. It's the way of the tubes, right? But Tony is attempting to sue me. He did sue me in Oklahoma. I didn't want to put this information public because I hadn't been served. So don't want you guys thinking I'm lying to you, because I did believe it was from Brittany. And Brittany, like, played along and implied it was from her too.
And you know what? I agree with that too. You know, I mean, I understand why she did not want to. I understand why she didn't want to put it out there. Why would she? I mean, especially if she has not been served yet. You know what I'm saying? All she knows is what she's been told and what she can obviously find on the docket. Without being served, you know, you have no way of really knowing what's going on. So I'm sure she still has no idea what all's going on. I mean, she needs to be served to find out what's going on with, you know, the lawsuit and the claims and stuff like that. So if she says she hasn't been served, I believe she has not been served. I mean, I believe that. That was JP, quick as fuck to watch my shit. Granny's watching. Yeah, that was a clip of that was her clip of you talking about it yourself. I just wanted to play your own words. Like, I wanted people to hear it from your mouth, not anybody else's.
So I had no reason not to think it was Brittany. But it's not. It's Tony. He is suing me for defamation. Obviously, he is.
And see, I think the thing is, we all thought it was BJ doing it. In my opinion, I thought it was BJ doing it. I thought and I still, in my opinion, think that that's what this 10K is. I think that she's trying to go after her as well, in my opinion.
He's suing me on the claims of me saying he was sued by a church, which ironically I came out and corrected. So And then he's suing me for the fraudulent conveyance, which I still believe is what he was doing. So I don't, whatever. Obviously, his main goal is to mitigate his damages in Pennsylvania, and it's being done as a way to, it's targeted, right? Because the fact is, one, I'm not the only one who said that not at all the only one. You go back to JLR a year ago with over 72,000 views. JLR was the one that put out about the church. And to be quite honest, I believed JLR's research. So much about it. That girl, 42 months. Love you too, girlfriend. Thank you. So I didn't think much about it. I believed it. But at the C&D, he said it was, a hospital. I did correct that information. I just don't want you guys still thinking it was Brittany, because it's not. Which, brings me to the next thing. Well, not exactly what. So here's what sucks, Hartley. Right? My attorney here in PA said the same thing. My attorney is forgotten. If I turn off Wi-Fi, I'm sorry.
Her cutting out. That's her cutting out. That's Granny's video cutting out. I think that was just maybe her service where she was at. Because you can't hardly hear, and it robots real fucking bad. So there's a lot of kind of like you can hear. It's like she talks, and then it's like a rambling noise.
Did it get? Can you guys, if I'm robot, and put a 1 in the chat? Maybe if I turn off the Wi-Fi, it will help. I don't know. All right, hold on. All right, so I turned off the Wi-Fi. Is that any better? We'll see if that's any better before I proceed. Thank you, Karama Chronicles. It's better. Thank you. Okay. So my attorney in PA cannot represent me. It has to be an Oklahoma attorney. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm not asking anybody for money. I'll put more money into a frivolous lawsuit. If I have to pull a BHB and do it myself, I will.
Okay, well, what I want to know is, why is it in Oklahoma and not where you live? From my understanding, it has to be in the state you live in, correct? I'm not sure how that works, to be honest. I really don't know. You got the wrong one. I have no idea if it can be done that way. I guess I just thought it had to be done in her state, not his. Maisie says, with $2 super sticker, thought legally have to sue in state, defendant lives in. That's what I thought too. Yeah, it's odd as hell, right? Did you say your RICO attorney can handle it? I don't think he can. I don't think he can. So he put grounds. Hold on. He put the grounds for jurisdiction in the paper. Oh, got you. Okay. So that's what I need. All right. Let me go. It has to be an Oklahoma attorney. So yeah, I'm going to have to go pull this paperwork because I have no idea. Oh, was he over there explaining a little bit, Jamie? Okay. Yeah, I was saying it was members only. I didn't even know she was live. I had no idea that she was over there live until somebody then sent the clip to me and I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't think she was telling everybody. I thought she wasn't saying anything to anybody yet. So I didn't know. I didn't know she was doing the members only live stream or whatever. I I fucking called her in the basically in the middle or the end of it, I think. I don't know. But anyway, she was busy and I said, yo, and she said, I'm on live. And I was like, okay, cool. See it. So I got busy, did my own thing, and then started mine. So I don't know what all was said over there. Yes, baby. Sorry, y'all. My little one is very needy right now. We got a package from the pickle guys, and it's wrapped in plastic, and so it's like really thick plastic. And she had to have help getting it cut open. So I'm sorry to keep y'all on hold. I apologize. The fucking meltdown over here because the pickle jar is wrapped in plastic. Holy sheep shit, Batman. Here we go.
Which brings me to my next thing. My attorney at PA said the only offer you offer is that he removes this immediately or is facing a second malicious prosecution, which is abuse of process. When I say I'm countersuing Brittany, I say Brittany because Brittany did, but I'm countersuing all of them. And I feel like people are, there's things when it comes to litigation you can't quite say. I'm roboting again.
So that's all that I got of the clip of GW talking about it. And I think JP's the one that clipped all of it. Or clipped that part of it or something. And then I got a clip of that clip. So I went back to listen to it. I'm not on her members only, so I couldn't hear the rest of it. So I don't know what else was all said about it. But if you give me just a second, I will go pull the court docs and we will read them real fast to see what the fuck he's asking for and what he's got going on here. And again, if anybody knows anything about it, you're welcome to step up. I just don't know really too much about any of it, to be honest with you. I have no clue what they're asking for, or what other than the 75K. That's all I really know. Hold on. Tony is trying to say Tony is trying to say, this is B10 with a $20 super sticker. Tony is trying to say if it was said on YouTube that puts Granny in Oklahoma State jurisdiction, this lawsuit will be dismissed based on jurisdiction, but Granny will still need to answer and put a motion which will cost money. Yes, absolutely it will. That's what I was thinking. I am glad you stepped up and said something. I'm sure you're busy at work and stuff, but I appreciate you stepping up to say that. I'm confused as to how she even knows about it if she hasn't been served. Well, there was a notice put on her door, and again, she thought it was because of BJ. BJ has a legal fund set up that she's claiming she's taken legal action against people. It doesn't say whether it's a lawsuit or a OP or C&D or, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't say on there what exactly it's for, but she's asking for $10,000. And I think the timing, in my opinion, is very odd because the anti-slap was ruled against them. They all have to come up with money to pay for that if they get a judgment against them for, you know what I mean? Like if the judge rules against them, they will have to pay whatever he decides would be fair. When they do a countersuit, from my understanding, when the countersuit is to sue everyone, when they do a countersuit, she'll be countersuing individually for the RICO. So anyhow, as far as this one goes, she was there was a post made where she received a C&D, and like I said, she and everyone else thought it was from BJ. Come to find out, it was not. It was from TikTok Tone. And I believe it's like loss of income. And hold on one second. Let me go in Discord up here real quick. Hold on. I'll go pull these. Hold on a second. Hey, Cheesy, what's up?
Hi,
hey,
I just
Cheesy, what's up?
I came to type in the back chat.
Oh,
look in the back chat.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, she said she hadn't been served. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep. So this is the first page of this. You want me to take you down, baby? Chief,
yeah, I got things I gotta go do. I'll be back.
All right, Biddy. Bye. So this is hold on. The first up let's see here. What does this say? You have been sued by Tony Mathis and Dana Mathis, and you are directed to file a written answer to the attached petition to the court above within 20 days after the service of the summons. Upon your exclusive day of the service, a copy of your answer must also be delivered or mailed to the attorney for Tony Mathis, Dana Mathis, unless you want to answer the petition within the time stated. Judgment will be rendered against you with the cost of the action on July 22nd, 2025. And then obviously it wasn't delivered, but this is the bullshit that they have put out, that they have, this is what they had put out or whatever the fuck. What's up, Infamous?
Hey, what's up? I just check your
What's
email.
going
I just did a little bit of research.
Yeah, no, I've seen it in there. I just didn't really care to go over it.
It's just a little summary of it, just say, maybe give a better idea of maybe how that goes down or whatever. So I just looked it up for you. Just hope it helps. I sent it to Greg.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, you go ahead and go over it. Why don't you? Yeah, go ahead and go over it. You're up here. Go ahead and go over it.
Let's see. I gotta pick it up again on my computer. Let's see.
Yeah, so I say I don't really care to go over it, but you can, baby, if you want to. You're up here, so.
So it says.
It was basically. That's kind of just anybody can do a Google search on that. So I didn't really take it as.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can on their phone and Google, can you sue somebody in PA from Oklahoma? Like that's basic. Anybody that's got a smartphone can do that. So I didn't care to go over it. I wasn't rude, but you know what I'm saying? It was just a basic question that I thought anybody could do if they wanted to look it up.
How much is he suing him for? Suing her? How much?
My understanding it was $75K, but that's just what I was told, so I don't know for sure, and I don't want to say anything to misquote something, so I would rather read it right off the fucking paper than to say something that's going to turn around and get me fucking sued because I don't know what's going on or being said. So that's why I said I understand she hasn't been served yet. I understand that, but I need to be reading this right off the motherfucking paperwork.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it just says that that's why I was asking how much it was, because it says that it could be either Oklahoma or Pennsylvania technically, because if it exceeds $75,000, so maybe that's why he's doing if that's the case scenario. So I don't know. So I just sent it to Granny, and if it helps, it helps. I was just trying to be helpful. So
yeah,
I'll let you do your thing.
Well, that's what I said. I wasn't gonna. I appreciate it. I do appreciate the knowledge, and I get it. I just didn't really want to.
Yeah. I get
because
I got
search things, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to. I didn't want to sound rude or anything, but if you wanted to go over it,
no, I don't take offense to it at all. I'm a natural resource junkie anyway, so you can disregard it. It doesn't matter to me. I just like to try to help.
I get a lot of those. Like I have one lady that researches stuff, looks it up on Google, and then screenshots it and sends it to me. Like I can't look it up myself. So I just kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. I appreciate the help. I really do. You know what I mean? I love it. I appreciate it. So I'm not trying to be rude. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't take offense to it at all. I do a little deeper dive, but I try to be a little more specific. But I don't take offense at all. So don't even trip.
It's okay. I appreciate you doing. You know what I'm saying? Sending it though. I really do, because like I said,
because you never know, it might become useful one day.
I just don't want to be rude. You know, I don't want to. I was just saying, I don't want to make people feel stupid. Like I try not to.
Oh no.
I guess it's a fine line.
I don't feel that way at all whatsoever.
I don't want to make people feel like I'm lecturing them, like they, you're
like, I know you looked that shit up.
I treat them like they can't. Like I'm not legal eagle. I can't. I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit here and pretend I am.
Well, I
I'm
know
not.
what you did because I do it too.
I want to make sure that whatever I'm reading ain't gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever is going
It's
on.
not
I'm
gonna
not
fall back on
fucking
you
it up
because you don't need more. You don't need
or
more shit.
myself up. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to add to her shit. I don't want to bring on shit for me. I don't want to add none to hers.
Or
I'm
give
not.
anybody any ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go and let you do your thing. So I just wanted to just tap in and just tell you to just that I put it
All
in
right.
there. So okay.
That's
All
all
right.
right, baby.
Take care.
What up, Clue? What's happening, baby?
No, I was gonna say to what Infamous said, it's not over 75, so that wouldn't even apply. It says up to but not exceed 75 in the paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't know. I don't want to misquote something because I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I haven't read it myself. I don't know. Do you know what it's for? What he's claiming? What the claim is, or what?
It's
a lot. Has been
It's a
alleged?
lot in there. Basically, it's defamation. And yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot. It's fucking 75 pages long. 16. Sorry, 16. What did I say, 75? I don't know why I have that number in my head today. Bad. But I agree with B. Tim on the whole, it'll be thrown out. The timing of all this is weird to me. I don't know. I don't think if I were him, I would be doing that again to anyone, being that how it went down with the whole Rico, not Rico thing, but that's just me.
Sorry about that. The
Well,
little
it's not just.
disconnect again. What's up, Barbecue?
Sorry.
Say that again, because I missed the last 2 minutes of what you said. She just came in asking me something again.
I said if I were Tony, I wouldn't be trying this, especially looking at the way the Rico, not Rico went. And I said the timing is really interesting to me. You got this one over here sending paperwork. You got another one with a legal fund, but says she isn't bringing a lawsuit, right? So I don't know. It's just weird.
Good afternoon. Good morning to some.
Yeah, say good morning, good afternoon, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm outside in this heat. I'm waiting for my Uber. I had to drop my truck off, so I figured I'd hop on here for a minute and maybe leave my 2 cents or no sense. I missed the whole live.
I did too. I didn't get to see any of it, so I'm right there with you. I didn't get to see Tim saying nothing. I didn't get to see Granny saying nothing. I literally only seen that little clip of what was clipped out of her live. So we both missed it.
What I heard was that maybe there's like $75,000 that he's asking for. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I question. This was dismissed with prejudice. Okay, we were granted immunity. And because the lawsuit was appealed, how can he refile anything against someone who he's currently in an appeal with? Second of all, I'm pretty sure that the statement or whatever the demand was or whatever was corrected and rectified. So to me, it sounds like it's just another frivolous lawsuit where Tony's trying to, this is my opinion, you know, get out of what he's going to be slapped with once this goes back to the Delaware County courts. And I can't see any of the comments because I'm out in the sun and my phone's overheating, so I'm trying not to do that. But, like, ridiculous.
I agree.
I'm trying to read some of the comments. I got my sunglasses on and I'm trying to shade the phone so I can read, but you can't. Okay, you might be able to have several lawsuits, but here's the thing. If anything, I think that Granny should have an attorney request a stay until the disposition of the final order for this fake, frivolous, civil RICO bullshit fucking filing. And how is he claiming that he's lost or going for $75,000? Like what proof does he have while he's out here, like, you know, quit claim deed in his properties and going on vacations to Alaska allegedly? You know, maybe don't even get me started. Go fix your fucking flag, Tony. Go fix your flag.
So just to clarify, it doesn't say that he's asking for 75. It says that they demand a jury trial and respectfully pray for relief as follows: that judgment be entered against the defendant for actual damages, compensatory damages, punitive damages, and fees not to exceed $75,000 plus interest and costs.
Okay, well, I thank you for the clarification. I didn't read it. I was just, again, I was stating that based on rumor, so I don't have any factual information to back that up. So I appreciate the clarification. But yeah, fuck you, Tony. Get through one before you try to fucking sue somebody else. You know, again. It's fucking.
It's ridiculous, man. Irish Eyes, not that Irish. Thank you for becoming a new member. Shadow, thank you for the $2. Super Sticker says, can't she fight it based on jurisdiction alone? Yes, I believe so. I believe so. Seeker, thank you so much for the 10 memberships. I appreciate you showing love. Yeah, I don't think he can sue her in Oklahoma. I thought it had to be in her hometown. So I don't know. Like I said, that's something we'll have to look into.
I'm muted just for a second because there's a loud truck. Well, I'm waiting until it leaves so I talk.
It's just wild.
This is so somebody's got feedback.
Probably me. I'll leave and come back.
I don't think it, but it's okay. Whatever you want to do, honey. I think it was either me or you, but it was just a little bit. It's gone now.
Okay, I just muted because there's a truck pulling out where I'm at. And I didn't want everybody to be pissed off at me for noise.
Yeah, you're fine. This is the so this is what it says. Plaintiffs are residents of Delaware County, state of Oklahoma. Plaintiffs, no. Defendant Jessica Singh, aka Grace Watching. Let's see here. Operates and profits from YouTube called Grace Watching. Defendant with actual malice uttered authored, edited, published, marketed, or distributed. Okay, in a false and defamatory light, Tortius interfered. That's the same shit Betty did with me. Defamation, Tortius interference, same shit. With plaintiff's business relationships and contracts, and okay, so they didn't say business relationships, but this. So he's basically saying that she fucked up his business contracts.
I'll be back. I'm sorry. I can't see. My phone's overheating. I'll be back, but I'll be watching.
All right, baby. Can y'all hear me or no?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You weren't saying shit, so I didn't know if you heard what I said.
Yeah, the business contracts interfering or something.
Yeah, that's the same shit Betty tried to get me for, but there was no business of, you know what I'm saying? She's just with the shit that basically she had a contract with YouTube and we worked together, and that's not true. We do not work together. We are not employees. we don't work together. Go on, Duke. No, I'm not taking you out there because I have to stand out there, and I'm not standing out there in the hot ass, rain ass, nasty ass weather right now. No, and you ain't gonna go out there because it's raining. So no, you don't get wet. You act like you're going to, and then you stop at the door and stand there and stare. And I ain't doing that right now. We ain't got time for it. All right, so here's as a result, plaintiffs sustained damages within the territorial boundaries of Delaware County, Oklahoma, beginning March research was revived, continuing to the date. Continuous permanent. I think all this is bullshit, and you know what? I hope this fucking shit gets dismissed as soon as it goes into court. I really do. In my opinion, I think it's a frivolous fucking lawsuit, and it's a fucking shady, shitty attempt at trying to, and like I said, it's just my opinion, but this, trying to get money back for this RICO when it does get ruled on for these damages. I think that's what people are, nervous about, in my opinion, these punitive damages.
I agree with that 100%.
Which it would make me nervous too. But then again, like I said, I wouldn't have got myself wrapped up in no goddamn RICO either. I mean, you should. I don't know. I feel like that so many people tried to warn them, like to not get involved in something like that. But that is not a good idea, just not something that, you're gonna. And I don't think people realized that it was gonna last so long either. Lawsuits last years. Like Nick was lying when he said you're gonna be wrapped up in this shit for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And, a lot of the reason why people do this shit, and this is speaking from my own experience, my own opinion, is to basically run the fucking bill up to where you can't fucking pay it or afford it. And you end up having to say, okay, I can't afford an attorney anymore, so I just have to settle or whatever, no. I'm not doing that, but I do feel like they push to have that done, in my opinion. That's the purpose. And you can also go in for abuse of the court system. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. In my opinion, abusing the court system. You're using the court system to fuck with somebody.
That they are.
What up, B-Thug?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I mean, I think most likely the argument they're trying to do is saying that the damages were in Oklahoma. The problem with that is that the conditions for bringing someone like, I think, minimum jurisdiction or something, it's something to that degree or fair play, is that the person has to have a business, an office, a contract, advertisement, or directed people to the state of Oklahoma to even meet the criteria of bringing them in. Stating that they have a YouTube channel is not enough. Because based upon those qualifications, that basically means anyone can do that to anyone, and that's not how it works.
Right.
Maybe in federal, if you're talking about federal, I'm not sure, but this is state court. So most likely what's going to happen is that Granny's going to, once she answers, she's going to have to get an attorney in Oklahoma to file a dismissal based on jurisdiction, and it most likely is going to go through. If she does it pro se, she might not know the rules there, and she might mess it up. And what's going to happen is that it's going to be costly. It probably, she said 5 to 7 on her live. I don't doubt that, because you're probably just doing the research, and writing the answer alone is probably going to run you 23, and then you have to show up to court to make the argument, and then you got to wait. And the issue is that when it goes to the other stuff, like the doxing stuff, he's a public figure. He stated his name, and even in the injunction, it stated that he was a limited public figure. And the definition, the standard for defamation when it comes to a public figure is a lot higher, to the point where it's not only that it's not true, the statement that is said, but you have to prove that that person knowingly knew it was not true and did not make any corrections or
Exactly.
basically showed it. So that's going to be a very big hurdle for her, because when she found out, like once he came to her and says, "Oh, I wasn't sued by the church, I was sued by a hospital," Granny said that she corrected herself and made a statement. That alone destroys that part of the defamation. But you can also look at JLR stuff. When it comes to the quick deed stuff, that also is a situation whereby information was freely available. She knew that she believed it was true when she made those statements, and that's pretty much it. And his filing stating that he lost his job or about to lose his job or whatnot is not good for him. I just think it's just really just the cost money. And I think really what's happening is that I would probably start, if I was everyone who reported on TikTok Tony and this group of people, is to basically gather arguments just in case they try to pull that shit on them, like you, Queen, or Clue, or something like that, and be ready just in case they try to pull these shenanigans, because it looks like this is like their new tactic to waste people's money, is to file frivolous lawsuits in states that it's not allowed in, to just waste people's money. Sorry, I talked a lot.
I mean, it's good information though, right?
Yeah, I mean, like even you, Clue, I would say get ready, because I think it's called sufficient jurisdiction or minimum jurisdiction or something like that, and there's criteria to fill for that. And Granny has met none of them, Queen has met none of them, Clue has met none of them, but I wouldn't be shocked if they tried this shenanigans with someone else, to be honest with you. That's what it looks like to me. And I think the reason why he didn't sue her in Pennsylvania is because obviously the injunction stuff, but also is that Granny would be able to immediately countersue him in Pennsylvania, and her for her defamation against her would be a lot greater than whatever he's thinking of. And the problem is he suing for a loss of income, Queen?
I think so.
Yeah, so he's going to have to show all his tax income for the last, 3 years previous, if he ever went to that point of discovery. That includes his TikTok channel, his YouTube channel, whatever, and any money that he might have gotten from anyone else. So I don't know if he wants to open up that can of worms, because when he says he lost income, he's going to have to show not only his income from his job, but also his income from other sources like TikTok and other things. I don't know if he wants to open up that can of worms. But that's much down the road. I don't even think it will get to that point. I think most likely an Oklahoma judge is going to throw this out and see what it is. And and I don't think he's going to get away with saying I'm a private citizen when you are ruled in the courts of Pennsylvania that you are a limited public figure, and also you're on national TV multiple times. So
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. I just think this is just a tactic. They go for the, and unfortunately for Granny, I don't mean this to be condescending to Granny, but she's probably the weakest when it comes to around us, when it comes to getting money for legal fees and to lawyers and stuff like that. I'm sure if they brought a lawsuit to you, Clue, that you'd probably be able to be more readily available to answer it. Let's just say that much, financially wise.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, and you'd probably turn that into content, to be honest with you. I'll probably make a live stream about it, but it is what it is. So is there any other elements I missed? I was on the train. I was, during my lunch break, so I jumped up.
I don't think anything. That's all Queen's talked about.
Okay.
So far as this lawsuit, it's crazy. Like, I agree with what Queen said. Like, is it, like, at what point does it become not worth it to get online and talk about things? You know what I mean?
Well, unfortunately, it could be worse. You could be CoffeeZilla being sued by a crazy multimillionaire like Logan Paul. So, unfortunately, when you tell the truth, it is.
Well, yeah, but they got millions of subscribers. Like, I mean, they get a lot of fucking help, and they have a lot of money. Like, You're talking single fucking parents of, you know, or single mothers of 2 and 3 fucking kids that don't have financial means to deal with this kind of shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, the truth is the most damaging thing to these people, and they will do anything to stop it.
But it takes money to get to that point in court to show that. That's the biggest issue. And how much can your community put up with? I mean, how, you know what I'm saying? They sit here and say, oh, yeah, they're draining their communities. No, bitch, you fucking are by filing a frivolous fucking lawsuit against us or against me.
Yeah, it's
me. It's not us, it's me.
It's an outrageous situation. You know, it's to the point where it's like, you know, it's purely frivolous in my mind, these cases. And you know as well as I do that Betty's.
When I say us, meaning like frivolous lawsuit, like it's been, you know, obviously Granny would be included in that. She's been served with a frivolous lawsuit. I've been served with a frivolous lawsuit. So when I say us, I mean like us, but I'm going to speak for myself. So I said me.
I get you. I get what you mean. It's just an outrageous situation, and it really should, you know, people who are cheering it on really should think to themselves, like, this could easily happen to you, and you will have no means to defend yourself because you will have no money to defend yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous, but like, yeah, like to go back on it. I mean, what is it worth it to come on here anymore?
Well, you know,
worth it to come on and talk on here. I mean, you need to be insured and bonded, or make sure you have at least 100,000 sitting back. So if somebody decides to pull wild hair out of their ass and say, "Oh, I don't like what you said about me, I'm going to sue you today,"
well,
you're prepared and ready for that.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. It's a tough situation. I remember you. Let me say. You know, and it's kind of like unfair that like people saying like another grift. I think JP stated like it's another grift, and I'm like, ma'am, Granny's not bringing the lawsuit. It's actually TikTok Tony that's bringing a lawsuit.
Well, another grift would be BJ having a legal fund to sue folks. When you don't have the money to sue folks and you don't have the means and you ain't got the brains to do it your fucking self, you shouldn't be fucking having a goddamn legal fund.
Yeah. I just don't understand how people...
When you're being sued, you have no choice in it. It is what it is. Somebody decided they were going to fucking sue you. In my opinion, it's a frivolous lawsuit. But people have the option to help or don't. Just
no,
like
I'm sorry.
Help sue somebody or don't. I mean, I think it's fucking bullshit. Anybody that contributes to suing somebody else needs to know exactly what the fuck's it's like.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but a grift is when you have a lawsuit fund, quote unquote, and you're buying $700 watches, new clothes, a computer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a grift.
Well, grift
buying memberships non-fucking stop for your fucking chats and other people's fucking chats.
Right.
A grift.
Getting your nails done, new beds, new fucking, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
And like this first statement that's on the filing, it says, plaintiff Tony Mathis is a private citizen earning a living in a territory sales manager. That is a lie. That is a blatant lie on the filings. And that's done so that they can lower the standard of defamation. And it's such a ridiculous situation. Who's the lawyer on this filing?
I don't know that.
I don't know. I got to go pull the rest of these. I just grabbed these two that were here.
That's all there is. That's available.
These two, yeah. So I just grabbed these two. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Rice Hart Law out of Grove, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hopefully you better talk to his client, because his client was on national TV 3 times. And
he was a national spokesman. Didn't he say that on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would suggest he look up the court TV episodes that he was on. That everyone has it recorded, including me. I downloaded that shit, by the way, that interview. So he better talk to his client, because his client is not being truthful on these documents. And I would probably I would argue, I mean, like at this, I didn't reading something like this, you better be careful of sanctions, because this is sanctionable action right here. It is really sanctionable action. So it's outrageous action, actually, that you basically, you're trying to claim your client as a private citizen when he was ruled in a separate court in Pennsylvania that he's a limited public and at the limit a limited public figure, not a private person, outrageous behavior. Outrageous. And people should be ashamed of themselves. Tony should be ashamed of himself. You're a real piece of shit, Tony. Real piece of shit for what you're doing. It wasn't bad enough that you fucked with Caleb's case and you fucked with the Seth case, and now you're targeting and you fucked with barbecue. Now you got to fuck with Granny. Okay, that's really great, Mister. That's your legacy, you piece of shit. You've always had a shitty legacy. Look at your goddamn articles on you when it comes to that. When you sued the school because your son had to play football or something like that. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Really disgusting behavior. And this is not going to look great for you, Tony, when it comes to, you know, being a spokesperson where you basically sue people frivolously and then you don't even put it into proper jurisdiction. You're just a real piece of shit. Well, I hope you're ready, Tony. I hope you're ready. Because I have a feeling the judge is going to not be too pleased in Oklahoma when he finds out with your arguments. And it might cost Granny money, but I think it will be well worth it if she gets an attorney in Oklahoma to answer this.
This is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy because these people, you don't talk about them. You basically, they're like literally no one talked about TikTok Tony for God for knows how long. And this guy decides, you know what? You know what's be a great idea? I'm going to frivolously sue some lady who I defamed and said that she was part of a criminal enterprise for defamation.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely bonkers. All because he lost the injunction. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. They have some real good attorneys in defamation. There's not going to be an attorney for defamation. What's going to probably happen is that eventually she's going to be served, Granny. Granny has to answer it. But to answer it, she either has to go to the state pro se, or she's going to have to hire an attorney in Oklahoma, which is going to run her $5,000. And he's probably going to write that there is no criteria to meet that puts them in the jurisdiction of Oklahoma and should be dismissed. Just like how Betty tried to combine Heels in the Air. Meanwhile, she lived in like Texas and tried to bring her in Illinois. That shit was dismissed too. And what's going to happen is that it's going to get dismissed. And if the idiot actually tries to pursue it in Pennsylvania, then what's going to happen is I would probably suggest that Granny grab every single piece of defamation this guy did and countersue the fuck out of him. And if she wants to try to do a pro se or whatever, it is what it is. But, you know, he's not going to win a defamation case. But it's like real shitty behavior to people to celebrate it and act like it's some sort of great idea that YouTubers, because guess what, BJ? Let's say BJ, you know, defamed you, Clue, said something about your husband, remember, or your boyfriend, or a partner, said some really fucked up things. It would be like if you wanted to, based upon this criteria, you could sue her and bring her to your state to sue.
Yep.
Which would be quite outrageous because it would go against the fair play doctrine when it comes to civil cases. So it's outrageous.
So he's basically trying to say because it was done on YouTube.
Yeah.
That it's.
He's saying because it impacted his work in
that state.
It's like me saying, like, for instance, let's say, like, I'm just making a scenario right now so no one take it seriously. Let's say Clue said some defamatory things to me and my job got hurt in New York. Then I say, well, on YouTube. And then I say, you know what, I'm going to sue Clue in New York because the defamatory statements, even though were said in her home state, and she's like in her home state, I want to sue her in New York because the damages occurred in New York. That's what he's trying to state. So basically, fair play is basically the connections between the state, the jurisdiction. So that's what it is, fair play.
The most interesting part to me is that it's not just him, but it's he and his wife.
Oh, his wife suing?
So the way that it reads,
for loss of consociatism? Well, what is she suing for?
it says you have been sued by Tony and Dana Mathis. So both of them, right? And then when you read in the actual filing, nothing that I have seen really mentions what the loss is to Dana. It's all about Tony.
Yeah, that would be thrown out as well. I mean, like, the only time the wife usually sues in civil cases, loss of custodianism or something like that, it's basically a fancy way of saying like loss of services, like sexual services. Like the husband can't perform as well because his back injured or something like that. And the wife can bring a lawsuit for that, you know, or he can't do the chores like he used to around the house. I don't really see how she's suing because she was never mentioned in those scenarios. So I don't think that will survive either. But I mean, like usually like minimum contact is necessary for you to make jurisdiction and fair play. So you would need like, for instance, you would need like, that person would have to show that there was contracts signed in that state that connected it, offices, a business, advertisement, or directed at that person. So unless and I don't think he can prove any of those elements to connect her to the state of Oklahoma. So that's why I think there's a strong case that it's probably going to be dismissed because it won't meet the minimum contacts or fair play. That's what I think. So it's pretty outrageous, but yeah. You know, what sucks is for Granny, it's like, you know, you think you're getting through the tunnel, you're almost done. And this piece of shit decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to fuck with you some more. For work and has lost income. These states he visited, didn't he go to PA just before the judge issue? Well, the problem is that he's putting the cart before the horse. So for a case like this, if you're going to claim loss of income, which Queen knows very well how long discovery takes, you know, because what's going to happen is first is going to be heard. Someone's going to put a motion to dismiss. Most likely it's going to be based upon jurisdiction. It's probably going to be granted because I don't think based upon arguments that saying that you have damages because you reside in the state of Oklahoma and things were said on YouTube, I don't think the judge is going to follow and make new precedents because there's case law that does not support that position. And then you're probably, if he wants to pursue another lawsuit, he has to go to PA. But guess what? When you're suing for income, they're going to ask for your federal income tax and everything from about 3 years prior or 2 years prior, and 2 or more, maybe more. And then they're going to get into the nitty gritty of your TikTok, how much money you made on TikTok, how much money you made here, your GoFundMe's. Because the GoFundMe's were in his name, so how much was there? You would want to see the receipts, the banking receipts. Doesn't quite understand that like this will become a very, very, if it did get to that point, whenever you say loss of income, you can literally get into his full income. So, and he's going to have to show his receipts for everything. Well, that's going to be interesting because if there's a document that showed that he allegedly sold his home for $1, that supports Granny's case. So he was okay being big and bad filing Darmico, and oh my God, what he should show. It would be he didn't care with the mess with Granny. He's just basically going for the weakest one, and no offense to Granny, it's just the weakest one, the easiest one to sue.
Yeah, and I feel like he already knows because Granny's not even on here like that. She's not even on here. You know like we are. You know what I'm saying? Shit, go. Come on, you're all up under my butts. Go on, go.
Is your dog bothering you?
Yeah, they all. I sat down, and then they all just sat down right here with, like, all up underneath me. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all gotta go. The bird even flew in here. You hear you all? Say hi, Dory. Tell him hi. Tell him I'm really missing my sisters. I'm not really sure what to do. She's kind of just lost. You know what I'm saying? She just don't really know what to do. So she just kind of hanging out. She just flew in here, so I figured I'd say hi. Let her say hi to y'all. Anyhow, yeah, they. I don't think. I think they went after Granny, in my opinion, because why not go after Julie or somebody else like that who said things that really pissed him off or made him feel some type of way? Specifically, I don't understand this. I feel like it's, in my opinion, because she's already struggling as it is, and he knows that she's not going to have a lot of fucking money to fight this.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about when you deal with these types of cases. It's just like it's a money drain, and that's the point. You know, when you're dealing with a guy like this who Tony has a history of lawsuits. You could see it in articles. There's actually 2 articles that he was involved in litigation with the school having to do with a football team, some sort of team sports activity, trying to get his son on there. I think the first time he sued to try to get his son on there, and the second time he was sued or something like that because he broke the agreement on the son. It's something on an article you can read. I have that article downloaded, by the way. So, I don't know. It sucks.
You still here, Clue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clue is contemplating, like, okay, what lawyer in Oklahoma I can look up, just in case.
She's shopping. Don't get it twisted.
I figured it was shopping her a game. I knew it was one of the.
Yeah, I look over and both of her thumbs aren't moving 100 miles an hour. I'm like, yeah, she's shopping.
Oh, shut up.
Well,
I just
all
think
the secrets. Tell them, be quiet. Don't be telling all the secrets.
I know.
Wow.
Well, all I can say is this: didn't Barbecue say there's a recording of him saying, "I don't even care if I win. I'm just gonna drag you through the court system to cost you money."
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a text message, but she was able to use that. I thought that's what they granted the anti-slap over.
Yes, that's exactly what granted the win on the injunction for Barbecue and Granny. So I would probably show that to the judge as well. I'd be like, listen, this is also probably part of the motion that you'd make. Like, listen, he just brings frivolous lawsuits just to cost people money, and he's losing, and now he's trying to bring another one. He even said on a live stream, you could sue someone for having a blue shirt or something. You could sue anyone for anything.
Yep.
So this guy's a piece of shit. I mean, it's just really that simple. That was literally the only evidence that was admitted in the RICO case. Tony's saying he'll sue you for fun, basically. Yeah. I wonder if he realizes
that is so crazy to me. Like, I just don't even.
Oh, by the way, Barbecue is sending you something via Discord. She's stating in their chat.
How do you? All right, I'll go check it real quick. I'm turning my phone on now, real fast. It died right after I got done talking to Granny. As a matter of fact, as soon as we started.
Yeah, it's just really fucked up, man. And people cheering this on to me is like, wow, you people are really short-sighted and stupid. You do realize, based upon these criteria, that means that anyone here could possibly sue you in their home state and bring you over.
Oh, hell.
You do realize how stupid that would be, and that a judge probably is never going to allow that.
I would hope not. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's part of what stops a lot of people from doing a lawsuit is, especially when it's like across state lines, right? That means you have to go file where they are.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah, you could probably try to ask for a stay until the part of Pennsylvania is done. But she hasn't been properly served yet. And I would be like, don't go to the fucking sheriff's office and save this motherfucker money. Have him try to serve you again, because each time they try to serve you, it costs them processor server money. So fuck him. Let him serve you. Let him order this process server to your house. Because fuck that. Fuck that. Let him pay. I think it cost Ethan Klein like $2,500 to do it each time to Frogan, another person. So I don't know how much it's costing him. Probably like a few $100 a piece. So fuck him. Yes, that would be defamation to accuse people being part of a criminal enterprise. That's why his ass is so stupid, because if he did bring a lawsuit and this thing was granted, Granny would just immediately countersue him. And her claims would go through quite literally. And if Tony's a private citizen, then Granny would be considered a private citizen, even a much easier case to consider a private citizen, because she wasn't on national TV claiming to be a national spokesperson. So
yeah, I agree.
That's the problem, where he doesn't quite understand. And Granny, no offense to Granny, Granny has a YouTube channel. That's it. She doesn't own houses, properties, a bank account, money. Tony has a house. Well, maybe he did. I don't know what the hell with the quick D stuff. But Tony has property, has money. He has things to lose. And he doesn't quite understand that, like, when he gets countersued, he's going to start, it's going to not be fun. Just like Betty. Betty thought, oh, it's going to be so fun to sue people. 2 years down the line, she looks like she aged 15 years. She looks like she opened up the Ark of the Covenant in Indiana Jones.
That was a good one.
Yeah, she does. Like, look, in comparison to her video from 2 years ago, she looks alive. Now she looks fucking terrible.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
The fucking Ark of the Covenant.
B10, please read 10. I don't know what 10 is.
Number 10, when a child of Mr. Mathis' coworkers went missing, the child's family enlisted Mr. Mathis' communication skills. As a spokesperson for the family, Mr. Mathis assisted the family by communicating with search teams, media, and advocacy groups. So right there, you're saying you're not a private citizen.
Well, and then he goes on. Then he goes on and talks about, because so he's referring to Caleb's case.
Yeah.
Then he refers to
this is what we call a Betty move, where Betty claims to be a private citizen, but she wants to brag that she's this famous person. So this is like when you do like talking both sides of your mouth. It's like, I'm a private citizen that just works at a job, but I'm a national spokesperson that helped to manage your missing kid's case. Which is it, sir? Which is it? So yeah, you're right with that one. It's just stupid. That's why I'm saying, like, a lawyer is going to go through this, and it's not going to be pretty for Mr. Mathis. And this is going to go into more of Granny's case when she countersues you all for malicious prosecution. And honestly, like, I'd probably look for sanctions on these motherfuckers, to be honest with you, for this. I would be like, listen, this is not proper jurisdiction. I've never been in the state of Oklahoma, and also these people are already dealing with a case in Pennsylvania. They're not supposed to file anything. I mean, it's really fucked up. So, but if I was Granny, I'd probably talk to Julie. I'd be like, Julie, oh, you did all this research. Okay, Julie, can you toss me those? And I'll get the clips ready just in case. And I'll just, and then I would probably, once I get served, I'd probably do a GoFundMe for an attorney if I was in a position. I think 5,000 would probably get enough for her to answer and for the attorney to appeal and do a dismissal for jurisdiction. Maybe 7, she said. So, but it sucks. Oh, so it says Delaware County, PA, and Delaware County, Oklahoma. Data set? See, this is what happens when you fucking... Because I'm like looking at my phone because I'm at work, so I can't read the filing properly. So if I'm missing things, it's because I'm not home. I'm like on lunch. Like I'm in the city right now. So I'm literally just chilling in one of my offices. So, oh man. Agree about Harris family. He even stole. National spokesmen don't share deceased photos with internet. Shame on you doing that. Yeah, this is a super chat from Barbecue, not being said by me. Well, he's going to have to show that Barbecue for loss of income. If you don't realize, like, you have to show your income, and I would probably demand the GoFundMe's and the TikToks because those were run on his account. He doesn't quite understand that you open the book to your income. Betty's finding that out. I'm sure she's going to be finding that out quite soon. So I hope she.
In this, he doesn't. I don't think he specifically says income, but he generalizes it and says financial losses. And I feel like you would have been smarter to have said income because that seemed. I mean, it would seem like that's more of a broad scope than just income. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Yep, taking a break from Shining Shoes.
How would she protect herself in the future from this happening or any other creator?
I would say, unfortunately, when you're dealing with this stuff, is to that I don't want to tell people online, but like you probably have to figure out how to just get to know how to dismiss things pro se when it comes to jurisdiction. But the problem is you don't know the rules of the state that they're going to form on. But yeah,
right.
Like this, it doesn't meet the criteria of jurisdiction. I would look up case law and just learn how to file yourself for a dismissal. But unfortunately, this is kind of like you're kind of forced to answer it. Unfortunately,
I recommend having an entertainment attorney on retainer.
Well, not all of us can afford entertainer attorneys on.
Look, she asked for a way to protect in the future. Have you a retainer, an entertainment attorney on retainer anytime you need them?
Yeah, maybe we should go to Ask a Lawyer. That'll help us out. I'm joking. He went on a live and said that he spent $17K or something taking care of Seth. Well, he's going to have to show that income. Wants to know if TT is for a fact had photos of the body.
Wait, that's in this filing about him spending $17,000 to help Seth?
No, someone just said that was.
Oh, okay.
He talked about that in a live. I don't know. I think Tony made a horrible mistake here. It's like people were forgetting about him, and great move, Tony. You're the greatest spokesperson since the Exxon Valdez spokesperson. Fantastic move. I mean, brilliant move, mister. I'm sure this is not going to bite you in the ass in when the damages come in and when the PA attorney judge hears that you filed a defamatory lawsuit in another wrong jurisdiction. I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. And when Granny countersues the fuck out of you for this fucking shenanigans, and I'll have no sympathy for you for this. And
that's what I was going to ask. Can she sue? Can she countersue? Or, I mean, what's your opinion on that? And let me just say this too. Let me just say this as well. Everything stated here is opinion, unless stated otherwise. It's for entertainment purposes only. Please do not show hate to anyone mentioned here in this live stream.
Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, and also people on the panel, it's their opinion. So, it doesn't mean Queen agrees with our opinions on whatever is said. Let's just say that much.
That's right.
So,
I just want to put that disclaimer out there, just so that,
Absolutely. Especially when you're dealing with this motherfucker here who fucking sues people get no reason.
Well, I mean, obviously we have Betty and him and Nick, and I mean, there's several others that, you know what I'm saying? It just to be, you know, just to cover yourself. I mean, but like I said, when is enough enough? I mean, people can't fucking afford this.
Well, I mean,
I'm grateful and lucky, and I'm so fucking grateful that I had you guys to help. If it wouldn't have been for you guys, I would not have been able to.
I remember that day. You called me up and you're like,
I'm like, I can't fight this. I have no money. I don't know what to do. I can't do anything about this. I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, and I was like, you have to get an attorney. You have to get an attorney. You know, can't.
Well, yeah, you gave me, you know, I mean, friendly advice that, you know, like, hey, you're gonna have to figure this out and either figure out if you're gonna fight this or not. And I think you should. And I'm like, I think I should too, but I think I don't have the money to do that. And it's been fucking rough, man. It's been rough because it's shitty as fuck. You don't want to have to ask people for help. That's fucking horrible. I mean, you fucking feel like a goddamn punk. You know, like you don't want to be asking folks for help. What the fuck?
The problem with entertainment insurance is that they usually don't protect you. I've looked up that. I mean, I used to say entertainment insurance for panels, but then I listened to a couple of live streamers and they said they don't cover. So you're just paying all this money.
That's another thing too, is I don't understand how he's going after Granny. And when Julie was the one who brought this out, you know what I'm saying? He was so upset with her and so angry. He called her and tried to, you know, tell her not to be saying this, not to be, had fucking Sean fucking calling and saying, don't talk about this, you know,
because he went for the weakest one financially. And he knew that if he went after Julie financially, she would be able to like get a lawyer. I mean,
well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, and oh man, shit's so fucking foul,
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is, everyone laughs, like basically says, "Oh, these content creators make all this money on these channels." It's like, well, it's hazard pay. Deal with frivolous lawsuits. You know, consider it a hazard pay to deal with the crazy people on this platform.
Right. I mean, shit, you might, if that's the case, then just turn off the monetization and I mean, hang out for fun. You know what I mean? You don't make enough money on here to be getting sued like that. You just don't.
There's a word for monsters that prey on the weak or perceived weak. What is that word? God, it starts with a P. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Oh,
I'll think of it later, I'm sure.
Predator.
There we go. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, that word carries a lot of I'll just leave that there. We'll just leave that alone.
Yeah, I was just trying to finish a sentence and something I'm working on.
Absolutely. Cheesy, what's up, baby?
Hi guys, sorry about earlier. My dad had showed up right at the last minute just when I joined. So anyways.
We lost Tim. He dropped.
We did.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'm sorry, dude.
I don't know how we can protect ourselves, honestly. I mean, yeah, anybody can sue anybody for anything. So how do you protect yourself? You don't, or marry an attorney, one or the other. But I mean, who's licensed in every state? You know, other than that,
right.
Or leave the country, one or the other. But you know,
well, and I mean, even so, okay. So let's play devil's advocate. Okay, so she goes to court and it gets thrown out right away. It's still going to cost money for her to not only hire an attorney, but explain to them what's going on, send them paperwork. She's got to hire one out of Oklahoma, meaning she's going to have to call around and try to find one, first of all, that even takes this kind of case, come up with the money to pay them, and then have them file the paperwork, because you usually have 21 days from the day you're served. So you have like 3 weeks to find an attorney, pay an attorney, and have them respond, which, like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they'll ask for it to be dismissed, and more than likely, in my opinion, it will be, but it's still going to cost her out the ass to just have an attorney do that, you know?
Right, and
bullshit.
And most times to even get an attorney, what do they ask for? Like $5,000 or something right off the bat?
Every single one of them I talked to was 5,000 right off the rip.
And you're not going to get any of that back. They will use up every amount of that $5,000.
Yep.
And then some. Is my sound better now that I got a new phone?
Yeah, it does sound a lot better. I haven't heard you have any feedback either.
Oh, good. Glad.
So yeah, the rest of this, and like I said, I didn't see any other paperwork with this. Maybe I need to go look, but I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I don't even know how he's even doing this in Oklahoma. But it says defendant Singh or defendant is a resident of Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and she operates and profits from YouTube account. Granny's watching defendant with actual malice, uttered, authored, edited, published, marketed, and or legally actionable content or statements that defame the plaintiffs and place plaintiffs in a false defamatory light, tortiously interfered with plaintiffs' business relationships and contacts, Delaware County of Oklahoma. 4. As a result, plaintiffs sustained damages with the territorial boundaries of Delaware County, Oklahoma, beginning March 27, 2025, continuing to the date on which this petition is filed, and continuing permanently into the future. Number 5, jurisdiction and venue are proper in the district court for Delaware, state of Oklahoma. So, district court, how is that okay? Is he like going to like the federal court there or something? And
I got no idea.
I'm not an attorney, but I thought that would be state. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we need somebody that can explain that. But anyhow, number 6, here's the allegations. So 6 is plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. 7, this lawsuit arises out of the original and continued false and incorrect publications made by defendant beginning in March 27, 2025. Number 8, plaintiff Tony Mathis is a private citizen, but he says he's a national spokesman. So how can you be a national spokesman and a private citizen? I don't understand that either. Earning a living as a territory sales manager for a company selling cranes and heavy equipment. His sales territory includes Oklahoma. Oh, and he has been the top producing salesman for the company every year since joining the company. You know, did you guys notice that his wife is on there as well?
Yeah. But
isn't that odd?
I think so, considering there really aren't. There's not a specific claim involving her, which is.
Now we lost Clue and Cletus too.
Is she? She's having fun though. She's been sitting there singing.
You're not muted, in case you didn't know.
Mama Duck, you're up here. I'm sorry.
Is something wrong with my connection?
I don't know. Like, I'm not even sure what the fuck's going on, but we have 4 clues up here. So I guess I'm gonna drop them all down here. I'm gonna drop all these off of here, and then you come back when we're gonna get all these off of here. There's like fucking 4 of you. Okay, here's Julie. Okay, Clue, come back up with. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, Clue, you're up here. Julie, you're up here. Cheesy, you're up here.
My StreamYard just keeps shutting. Like it literally keeps. Yeah. The app keeps closing.
There was like 5. Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of your up here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? There was like 5 of your accounts back here. I'm like, what the fuck? So I just started closing all of them. Hopefully that'll help.
I was afraid to say anything.
No, you're all right. It's okay. What's going on, Julie?
Hey, well, I can't say that I'm surprised by this, unfortunately, based on the history of Tony Mathis and,
Right.
You know, the lawsuits that JLR showed. You know, he showed dozens, right, in his original reporting on this. I would say, you know, more than half were people or entities suing Tony. This is my guess. And what I found was the other part of it, which was, you know, a significant percentage, let's say, was Tony suing others. Almost a lot of them were associated with that football league. And which was him initially filing all the lawsuits. And then when he started his own football league, which he ran for 2 years, and then it went bankrupt, and people started suing him for non-payment of, you know, from vendors and things like that. So like, you know, it was him initiating lawsuits in terms of the football league. And then ultimately when he went and did his own football league and then didn't pay people, all these people sued him when he went bankrupt. And then he declared bankruptcy in the course of 2 years that he had the football league. He declared bankruptcy to the tune of over $500,000 that he spent on this. I think it was called, I hope I get this correct, Game Time Sports, something like that. Forgive me if I said it wrong, but he incorporated that football league. But I would say for Granny, if she has to get an attorney in Oklahoma, the perfect attorney for her to get is the attorney for this. It's a major, massive football league, you know, youth football league with like 10,000 youth in it. The guy's I think his name was Tom Lott, I believe. And he was the attorney for the football league who successfully fought and won against Tony Mathis on multiple occasions. And in fact, Tom went for a protective order against Tony Mathis at one point. He did not get the protective order, but that's how serious it was between Tom Lott, the attorney for the football league, and Tony Mathis. And there's obviously no love lost between them. And he certainly knows Tony Mathis in and out and everything that he has done and has won against him. That is the attorney, if I were Granny, that I would employ in Oklahoma, because he knows Tony's entire history and was successful in court multiple times against Tony Mathis and his wife. So he knows all the games that Tony plays, all the delays, all that he did in that lawsuit with the football league when he said, you know, they were going to move into the thing, and he did delay after delay and then never moved, never sold the house. There's a lot to it, but that is the attorney, if I were Granny, that I would go for, because this guy could get it thrown out immediately because he knows his history. He knows everything about Tony and the lawsuits that he's willing to file. The thing about Tony is, you know, this is a man who has shown to be willing to go into debt to the tune of $500,000, knowing, you know, he couldn't pay the people he was taking services from, and then just declare bankruptcy. So when you have somebody who plays like that so unfairly, you know, without regard to the idea that he's ever going to, you know, be responsible, it's scary. It's scary dealing with an individual like him, frankly, because he doesn't seem to care if he is right or wrong, if he is going to win or lose, if he's going to be able to finance his finance his endeavors, finance his lawsuits. It's like what happened with what he said to Barbecue. It's just about inflicting pain, financial pain. And that's what was cited in the, and then I'll stop talking. That's what was cited in the anti-slap. Tony Mathis's quote that he texted to Barbecue Lady saying, they are literally doing this. He is literally going to sue Barbecue. He doesn't care if he wins or loses, was cited by the judge in Pennsylvania as one of the reasons the anti-slap went through. He made history in Pennsylvania for that statement. That statement is, going down in legal law and precedent-setting law for making that statement. But I think he still feels and has that attitude that he expressed to Barbecue Lady in the text, that he doesn't care if he wins or loses. It's just about inflicting pain on people. And that's what's so terrible about this. I still want to see, where did all this money that was collected in the name of Sebastian Rogers, in the GoFundMes, in the live streams, in the private solicitations, through Seth's channel and other content creators' channels, and they've counted up over $100,000, maybe even $150,000 that we know about that was donated by people through super chats. Like, visually, we knew we could count it up over the course of a year, how much was collected. And then if you factor in private solicited money or money sent through Cash Apps and Venmos and the GoFundMe from the godmother of Sebastian, who was a friend of Seth Rogers. Remember that? She had that going through many months, the initial months, that GoFundMe. I have all the information about it, but it could be in the thousands of dollars that were collected, and nobody knows how that money was spent. But we do know,
and we'll never know.
But we do know,
and we'll never know for sure.
Paid off he paid off a $485,000, I think it was, mortgage in 5 years.
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, we know he paid off his mortgage. He had to pay off his mortgage and he had to get a release of the mortgage from the bank that we have documentation on in order to do the quit claim deed. This is all
but
public.
We don't know. You're talking about money that was collected on Seth's channel for Seth, not for Tony. So we don't know where that money went.
No, it was, right. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying we don't know where all that money went, and who benefited from it. And, in the course of discovery,
we only know what looks suspicious. We don't know for fact. We only know what's suspicious.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you that we don't know. I'm just saying it's, any person, who's looking at it and says, wow, how does this guy who's working so many hours, so long, so, occupied on YouTube for all day long, all night long, in and out of people's chats, how is he even working as whatever he says he's doing? By the way, he had a business that he had on Facebook. He was doing a business of fishing tours from, the lakes in Oklahoma. He advertised his business. That seemed to be his main, one of his main businesses at the time he joined up with Seth. Not the crane business, as far as I could tell. I would like to know, from the Crane Company, what they have to say about him, his sales records. I'm just floored. I'm floored, but I'm not floored, but just his willingness to inflict pain on people. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's right or wrong, like he said to Barbecue Lady. It's just to hurt, just to do it to them, I don't care if I win or lose. That's all I have to say. But
yet all
I
he
think
cares
the guy's
about
name
is the
is Tom
victim.
Lott. The attorney is named Tom
it's really
Lott.
shitty. It's just really shitty. Like I said, this is Granny's real life. I mean, this is.
And what is he saying she did even?
We'll go over. I'm going over those with this allegations right here. Matter of fact, Wisdom says, hold on, proof liability, aka E&O coverage might help. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's gonna come down to you're gonna have to have insurance to come on here. You know what I mean? That'll cover a lawsuit if somebody tries to sue you for bullshit. Candy Wrapper with the $5 super sticker says Queen on panel guests are not responsible for viewers' opinions either. Respectfully, absolutely agree with that. I said Wisdom. It's Widom, I guess. Widom. T Tony with the googly eyes, piece of shit. I agree. Mama Duck, let's see here. Creators can get E&O insurance to protect assets. Thank you for that.
Right. Errors and omissions.
There we go.
Yeah.
Barbecue Lady with the $10 super sticker says national spokesmen do not share deceased photos with the internet. Shame on you, Tony Mathis. Hold on a second here. For sharing the video of Caleb Harris, show proof that you sent the family the $25,000 GoFundMe. I didn't know he was ever accused of taking it.
Well, we do know that Tony Mathis said himself that there was money left over in the TikTok account that he sent that was Caleb Harris's TikTok that he just took over when Caleb Harris's family severed ties with him. And
it was Caleb Harris. It was a support group for Caleb Harris, and
it was a
TikTok
channel.
He took it over when Caleb had been found. He took the entire thing over. Yeah. Yep.
And I know that he said, in my opinion, I know that he said there was coins left over. There was an interview that he did it was a panel initially when he first came on with Seth and people had doubts about him. And Brittany J was on the panel, as was Nana Dragonfly, as was Jules, allegedly with Jules. There was like two others, I think, on the panel. And it was also reviewed by, I can't think of what channel it was. But on that, they were asking him questions because of, doubts that people had about him. And he, on that live stream that I have a copy of, he said that there was, gifts left over, which is monetary gifts given to TikTok creators, right, on monetized channels, which Caleb Harris's family's channel probably was, because it had at least 10,000 followers, that he used those leftover money, gifts. And I don't know, it could have been $1,000. It could have been $10. It doesn't matter. It wasn't his money to give out, that he used those leftover gifts to give to other TikTok creators that he thought were doing a good job reporting on Sebastian Rogers. So he took money that was donated to Caleb Harris's family and gave it to TikTok creators that he thought was doing a good job on Sebastian Rogers. Was that his money to make that decision about, to give to people reporting on Sebastian Rogers? Did he have permission?
Well, I think it was said that Caleb Harris's dad told him to keep the channel. He didn't want anything to do with it.
He did
or
tell
anything
him to
from
keep
it.
the channel,
I think
but He said he told
That's
him to
what
keep
Tony
the channel.
said.
Did he say, oh, and if there is any money that has been donated to the channel via TikTok gifts, right, which is kind of like super chats, it's sort of akin to super chats that's in the account. Did they also say keep that money and use that money for TikTok creators who are doing a good job reporting on Sebastian Rogers? Is that something that the Harris family agreed to?
We don't know. We don't know what happened.
These are Tony's words. That's what he used it for.
Yeah, we don't know what happened, what actually happened, so we can't say.
There's other things, you know, that haven't been reported on about Tony that I've done research on personally myself, but this is, you know, I guess I have to dig some more into that. Unreal. He's unreal.
Yeah, all we know is what Tony says and what we think.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, I mean, this stuff is public record. When I reported on his Ponzi scheme and things like that, all I did was show newspaper articles, not written by me, written by his local newspapers, people in lawsuits with him, Tom Lott, the lawyer for the football league that he sued. These are all newspapers, are public records, property records, quitclaim deeds in general in your house. They're all public record.
Well, I don't want to say anything because I don't know all the facts, so.
But if anybody has a question about the research that I did, you'll see that everything I put out there, all my videos on the Ponzi scheme clawback, it's all newspaper articles. And the football league, all newspaper articles. I didn't write the articles. I just read the articles.
Dang, man. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? We're number 7 here. All right, the allegation 6, plaintiffs incorporate the foreground paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Number 7, this lawsuit arises out of the original and continued false and incorrect publications made by defendant beginning in March 27, 2025. Number 8, plaintiff Tony Mathis is a private citizen earning a living and territory sales manager for a company selling cranes and heavy equipment. His sales territory includes Oklahoma, and he has been the top producing salesman for the company every year since joining the company. Number 9, Mr. Mathis' job duties include speaking engagements and lecturing at sales workshops for his employers, many sales representatives. Through this work, Mr. Mathis earned a reputation for being a gifted public speaker. So right there, public speaker. When a child of Mr. Mathis' co-workers went missing, the child's family enlisted Mr. Mathis' communication skills as a spokesman for the family. Mr. Mathis assisted the family by communicating with search teams, media, and advocacy groups. Okay, what? This has nothing to do with Granny, though. Number 11, this was a voluntary role for Mr. Mathis, and he never intended to do similar work in the future. This was a voluntary role for Mr. Mathis, and he never intended to do similar work in the future. However, on February 25th, 2024, a different child went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Several internet sleuths and social media personalities took interest in the case, including the defendant. The child's father, Seth Rogers, was subjected to a barrage of digital interference in cyberbullying when news about the missing child went national. Of the online personalities attacking Seth Rogers, Defendant Singh, aka Granny's, was particularly cruel. Number 15, hoping to dampen the bull and refocus national attention upon finding his missing child, Mr. Rogers and Mr. Mathis to help after learning about his prior advocacy. To 16 is despite the emotional and financial sacrifice he knew it would entail, Mr. Mathis began volunteering as Seth Rogers spokesman. Why does it not say national spokesman? An advocate in May 2024, and he worked with Dog the Bounty Hunter. And don't they all have the lawsuit together? Dog's still in it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
work together to go to for that RICO or whatever. So,
well, he doesn't want to say national spokesperson because then that would make him a public figure.
He's called himself a national spokesperson multiple times, and he's allowed, national media, national Nancy Gray's, what's his name? Vinnie Politan introduced him as a national spokesperson. Vinnie Politan of Court TV.
Right. But he's not going to put that on the court filing because he doesn't want the court to see him as a national spokesperson. He doesn't want to say he's a public figure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying,
Yeah. Well, you go on national news and get introduced. He doesn't correct them when they say it.
I'm agreeing with you.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point I think we're all trying to make here is like, what the hell? He's said this multiple times on like bigger news outlets as well too, so it's odd. 15, hoping to the bullying and refocus. So 16, despite the emotional financial sacrifice he knew would entail, we already got that. So 17, soon thereafter, defendant focused her sights upon Mr. Mathis and began online campaign that continues to this day. 18, defendant owns and operates a YouTube channel called Granny's Watching, which has almost 17,000 subscribers. Defendant exploits the YouTube platform to terrorize people like the plaintiffs and spread false, salacious, and explicit content. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now?
To generate her social media channel. Give me a break.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So yeah. Defendant publishes this false, salacious, and defamatory content in part to generate traffic to her social media channels. Online payment apps include, but not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Who cares? In 2000 or 2001, Mr. Mathis is in 2000 or 2001. Mr. Mathis and his infant son were traveling when they were struck by an uninsured driver outside of St. Louis, Missouri. 21 says Mr. Mathis was transported from the accident scene to Missouri Baptist Hospital in Sullivan, Missouri. Let's see, 22. Mr. and Mrs. Mathis did not have health insurance and were totally overwhelmed by medical debt resulting from this car accident. What does this have anything to do with anything? I don't understand. Oh, this is okay.
This is the church thing. And the person who said that he was sued by his church was JLR. JLR reported that Tony was sued by a church. That is, why is he not suing JLR for saying that? It's because it was a Baptist. It was like the name of the hospital like, I'm only guessing here, likely appeared on the multiple lawsuits back and forth, as if it were the name of a church, because it's associated with the Baptist, it's a Baptist hospital. But it was JLR who said that, not Granny.
So, and then so it says here, 23 Missouri Baptist Hospital sued Mr. Mathis to collect the medical debt, but he later dismissed the lawsuit. Says in quotes, hospital lawsuit. 24, 25 years later, defendant told the world plaintiffs robbed a church, in quotes, and were sued by a church for large sum of money. 25, it says all information concerning the hospital lawsuit was available to defendant before she told the world that plaintiffs defrauded a church and were being sued for stealing from a church. Damn.
He's going to have to prove that she said it.
Right. I mean, dang.
And she corrected her. I think, did Tim say that she corrected herself when it was known? She repeated what JLR said. And she corrected herself when she found out. So, like, where's his case? And I have another question. I mean, hospitals that are run, I'm just curious. This is just an out loud question, to myself. Hospitals that are run with affiliation to religious organizations, be they Baptist hospitals, Catholic hospitals, Jewish hospitals, right? They are non-for-profits. They don't pay the same kind of taxes because they are considered a part of a religious organization. So, I'm wondering out loud, where is the separation between a religious organization suing you, whatever they're doing, if they're doing missionary work, if they're doing hospital work, if they're doing this, they have non-taxable, nonprofit status because of their religious affiliations with recognized religious organizations. So, in other words, it could be semantics here. He's acknowledging here that he was sued by a Baptist hospital. All the stuff about the accident that happened and everything like that, that's superfluous to the fact that a Baptist hospital did sue him. That is true. That part is true. It happened. It's in a court record that they did sue him. And why was it dropped? I don't know. Was it because he set up a payment plan? After he wasn't paying the bill, then he set up a payment plan? I have no idea. But for whatever reason, they didn't go forward after, but there was a lawsuit that's what JLR found. And it does have, the hospital is affiliated with a religious organization. I mean, it's I don't know, it's semantics in my opinion. And I don't believe that Granny said anything that she didn't hear somebody else say first. And many, many months passed between the time JLR reported this and he said he was sued by a church, not, anything else. He said that. Why did he not sue JLR then? I'm curious. Why was that not defamation? It's only defamation when the person who's who you lost a RICO case to said it, repeated it, and then apologized and corrected themselves. Give me a break. Sorry to keep interrupting. It's just infuriating.
Hey, Queen, step away, maybe.
I think so.
I have to figure out how to get in touch with Granny to give her the information about the attorney in Oklahoma that knows Tony inside and out.
Her email might be on her channel.
Yeah, he was in years of litigation with Tony. This is I mean, I don't know. I think this is just you know, I hope the judge in Pennsylvania finds out about this. I don't know how it would impact the, you know, the punitive damages, but the fact that he is continuing, in my opinion, to try to inflict financial pain on, you know, those who are the most vulnerable, the least, you know, the least capable of defending themselves, single moms. It's a pattern of behavior here that needs to be addressed by the courts.
Yeah, hopefully it will be with this.
Clue, can you get word to Granny if she doesn't? I know she doesn't always, you know, everybody gets a lot of emails, and I'm sure she is too. Yeah, that about the guy. I think his name is Tom Lott, Lott, the attorney in Oklahoma. If you should hear from her first, I'll make sure I got the name.
I can message her.
Yeah, because if it were me, that's exactly who I would go to. I mean, this guy knows Tony. As a matter of fact, I mean, it was because of, you know, the article I read with Tom Lott talking about Tony's arrest. It is Tom Lott. Okay, thank you, Texas Blue Bonnet. Yeah, that was the name I remember. So, y'all telling Julie to harass.
You're up here. I'm back up here. Sorry about that. I let the dogs out and take a phone call.
You're good. I just didn't have good. I didn't have good service, and it's so hot that my phone was overheating. But I'm back. I've been trying to listen as I've been dealing with stuff. So, Kenna, I did send a text message to Granny for you. This is wild. This is super wild.
I know she's busy. I know she's trying to get things figured out, and you know what I mean. I wouldn't want to sit here and listen to this bullshit either. So,
you know what's crazy though is that, in my opinion, I find it to be fascinating and wild and pretty ballsy that an individual would think that coming into what I would classify somewhat of a true crime community, whether it's trauma or actually reporting or advocating or spreading awareness about true crime or things like that, that people would actually test the waters and the limits of the capability of how they could actually be held accountable for their fuckery. Like, why would you even think that you could get away with something like this? I mean, obviously, we know that unfortunately there's a process to go through, but justice will prevail. In Queen's case, in our case, in this bullshit case that's been filed, what Granny's eventually gonna have to again deal with, it's fucking bullshit. Just leave people alone. Go about your merry life. Go actually advocate for, missing people. Stop researching people online and trying to find up shit to ridicule them and bully them and cause them grief and hate and pain. When I'm done with this shit, I'm gonna be. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I was saying that Tony made history in Pennsylvania, and the text he sent to you was cited by the judge in the anti-slap ruling as one of the main, key points of showing that he wanted to. He said something to the effect of, "I don't care.
I'm gonna sue you." He said, "I'm gonna sue you civilly. I don't even care if I win. I just want you to pay to defend it."
Right. And I feel like this is a pattern. This is a pattern with him, unfortunately. And he made legal history with that text.
Oh, it's going to be case law. It's definitely going to be case law. Like, it would have necessarily been case law at the state level with the anti-slap, but the fact that they've appealed it to the Superior Court, kudos. Your name's going to go down in history on all the documents, Tony, because your saved contact in my phone is Tony allegedly with the little eggplant. So that's going to be case law. To go after two single mothers and now to go after her again after it's already been deemed by the judge to dismiss with prejudice, meaning you can't file this shit against her. You're just going after her. You're continuously going after people for what? Go live your perfect little life, the best life money can buy.
I don't know how he's able to sue her in. It's weird. How is he even able to sue her in Oklahoma?
I think that it's the internet. You can have, and I'm not a lawyer or a judge or none of that shit to even know like the exact verbiage, but I think that if it's an internet thing, you can do that where the communications were heard. So let's just say that, Granny misspoke and then corrected herself on the internet because he may have heard it in his state. That's why I think that he can file it there.
Yeah, but many defamation.
If it's criminal,
have been dismissed.
If it's
because
criminal,
of
you have to go to their state. I'm losing service. Can you guys hear me?
I got a bad connection. Thank you for having me. I'm gonna hop down.
Bye, Cheesy.
Nick Jacks wrote on the comments a good comment that said that he can file there, but it can be thrown out. Jurisdiction is the first step here. That's a good point. And Lysa wrote, "This is pure legal intimidation." Well, that's clearly what he put in the text to Granny and in the text to Barbecue, saying, "I don't."
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
So
he said, "I don't."
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to finish my sentence because I know I was breaking up there for a second. But civil things, I believe, on the internet, this is this is, you know, I don't want to state this as fact, but I believe civil internet things can be filed in your own jurisdiction. Criminal, however, I do believe you have to go to the jurisdiction of where the person resides. Like, if someone's harassing you or makes threats to you, then you would, I think, go to their jurisdiction.
You're breaking up again.
Yeah, I'm headed back to my house airport. So just be a
I heard something about an airport.
She said she's headed back to the airport or something. Yeah, I hope so. Akira saying she hope, you know, in her opinion.
Sorry, my attorney called. He called twice. I had to talk to him. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Thank you for being able to hold this down. You know what I mean? Hold it down and, you know, keep the panel going. Cheesy, I'm sorry. Your connection was bad. Thank you for coming up here. Julie, what was you saying? I missed what she said. So if
I was just saying, I do hope that, you know, I hope that this gets to play, this lawsuit somehow gets to the judge in Pennsylvania. I just don't understand how he's able to do this.
I don't, you know, honestly, I really don't either. I don't either. I don't know how he's able to do this in Oklahoma either. You know, it doesn't make sense.
Well, what Barbecue just said may kind of make sense.
Which was what?
She said something about, like, if it's internet, if it's civil and internet, right, wherever it was heard, you might be able to just file in that jurisdiction. I wish I'd have known that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. So yeah, let's see here. Sherry, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Andrea Blaze, in my opinion, now we know why BJ's been saying it will stop. Yep. Chroma Chronicles, the views and opinions of panel guests are theirs and theirs alone. It does not reflect on Queen or anyone in the chat and shouldn't be taken. So thank you, Chroma Chronicles. I appreciate that disclaimer.
I don't know why she... Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right, baby. Go ahead.
I don't know why this would have anything to do with her. You know what I mean?
Who?
Well, I mean, you just said, now I know why BJ is saying soon it'll stop. What does this have to do with her?
Oh, Andrea Blaze said it. Remember, for 10 months, she made the comment and said, in my opinion, this is her right here. In my opinion, now we know why BJ's been saying it will stop. And I said, I think so, because she's saying, you know, like, I think she's known about this. I think Tony told her about it, that she knew about it. And I think that's why she's been saying, well, this is going to stop, because now that this is coming out, Granny will quit talking about it. Quit talking about her, quit talking about the anti-slap, you know what I mean? The lawsuit, the RICO.
Oh.
So I kind of
that
agree
shit
with that.
ain't gonna stop anybody from talking about it. Actually, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Even more.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're involved, and I mean, shit, you're the one they're going after, so I don't blame you. You have every right to speak on it whenever you want, however you want, with whoever you want.
Exactly. I really do think that she should get a stay on all of this and just make them sweat it out and then circle back around once the judge, you know, gives us our fee hearings and everything, once it circles back to Delaware County. And then they'll lift the stay, and then she can essentially, you know, anti-slap him back in his own state for frivolously suing her, in my opinion.
Queen, someone asked if you could keep reading 27
Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Yeah, I'm gonna finish reading them. Yep, I just was waiting on you guys. Well, I didn't want to be rude either, you know. 57 and Free says he is doing the issues. Hold on, he is dating the issues on March 25th. This was during the RICO. Prior to anti-slap judgment, he was deemed a public person. Mama Duck says got to run. Didn't want to interrupt Julie, but check back chat. Less than $2,500 a year for creators to protect themselves with the E&O and legal service. Hey, that's, I mean, shit. That's something I need to look into. Something that I think other people need to look into, especially with this kind of shit continuing to go on. This is ridiculous as fuck. It really makes me contemplate whether I want to even stay on here or not. You know, I'm not with the bullshit.
I'm changing my phone number and moving.
Proof liability, aka E&O coverage, might help. Yeah, I think so too. Petty here says, can you read 27? Yeah, I'm gonna read them. Yep, I'm gonna finish reading them, baby. Yep, I just didn't want to be rude, you know. Okay, so on March 27, 2025, defendant participated in a discussion broadcast on Nonsense YouTube channel with the panelist A Nonsense and Chico's Corrupt Chronicles. The video is titled Legal Filings and Optic Discussions Involving the Plaintiffs, the Official Dog, the Bounty Hunter, and Friends, and contained the hashtags Tony Mathis and the Prophet off of pain. Let's see here. 27. In that video, defendant made the following false and defamatory statements. A, have any of you ever robbed a church? And then it says ... Well, Tony Mathis has. And then B says Tony was sued by a church for a sum of money. Then it says C, Tony and his wife. Oh, that's why she's been added right there.
Yeah.
Tony and his wife certainly have been, well, in quotes, has been sued by a church. With the quotes around that. And let's see here. 28. Defendant has also made statements during the live broadcast falsely accusing Mr. Mathis and of enlisting other social media accounts to dox the defendant. 29. In a community post to her YouTube channel, April 23rd, 2025, defendant again published written statements falsely accusing the plaintiff of defrauding a church as shown in the following image. What? This is like on a community tab? A community tab. Hold on, put community tab. And if that's a community tab, that's a long community tab. Hey, Seth Rogers, Tony Mathis, and Beach. If pointing out someone's history of lawsuits is going real life, what would you call throwing someone into a frivolous lawsuit? Your little green team enterprise spent months pushing your behemoth and incoherent filing. Did they all go real life? ? When you're digging into Katie and Chris and SF and everyone else who isn't on your side and showing history and properties, etc., that's not going real life? ? How about asking women on TikTok to dox for you? Tony and Seth, real life ? So this is a post that she made and that he put in for evidence, like his exhibit.
Well, she says something about me, the next line, and she's exactly right. She had, I've never, ever done or talked to Granny's Watching about any of my research, any of my reporting, or I've never been emailed with Granny's Watching. So she's 100% right. She had zero to do with me exposing Tony Mathis.
Yeah, this. So 30 says on April 30th, defendant published a live broadcast entitled Tony Mathis and his wife commit fraud. They're scrambling as their facade crumbles. Let's see the following. Or facade. The following thumbnail image for the video contains the words fraudulent. Fraud alert. Look. What? So they put this in the fucking lawsuit, in this LOLsuit. I can't believe this. Why? I don't understand.
Her attorney told her it's fraudulent conveyance. As far as I remember something about this, and I remember her contacting her attorney, and she said her attorney told her it's called fraudulent conveyance. That was.
I agree.
Oh my god. The title alone constitutes per se. The defendant's statements therein constitute slander per se. Defendant's actionable statements include without limitation the following. A. What Tony is doing is called fraudulent conveyance, right? And that's also known as a fraudulent transfer. So it is a transfer. Hold on. It is a transfer of property or assets by a debtor to a third party to hinder, delay, or defraud creditors at 4441. So that must be the timestamp of that exactly what was said there. Tony said his house. Hold on. Tony sold his house for $1, a single dollar at 5320, and then C says this is the actual fraud of what he's doing.
How is this helping him?
Right, I don't know. I don't know, but
you think Granny knew the term fraudulent conveyance if a lawyer hadn't told it to her?
I don't know, but I know she's got kids, and it's back to school, and she's got to go, get stuff taken care of, and then boom, she gets hit with this bullshit. Kids go back to school in about 3 to 4 weeks, and this is, what I'm saying. Then she's got to answer this in 3 to 4 weeks, spending $5,000 on a fucking attorney that I don't fucking know. This is ridiculous, fucking ridiculous. So it says D. Tony's just involved. You're right. He's involved. His in-laws in this fraud, and then Tony is a fraudster through and through. Tony is a religious in and out of the courtroom fraudulent flyer at 5806. He's trying to avoid debt. Fuck, who isn't? 33, shit. Defendant's statements that were false, and she should have known they were false. 33 says, as later explained in the defendant in the C&D letter, Mr. Mathis' parents are building a home property where plaintiffs keep a shop and office, and the plaintiff sold half of that lot to Miss Mathis' parents for a fair market value. The letter also explained that the Oklahoma deed regularly recite consideration of $1 and that the deed language does not state the actual purchase price. A copy of the check from Mrs. Mathis' parents to the plaintiffs were enclosed with the letter, and that check image proves defendant's statements about selling the house for $1 were false.
Can I say something about this? I think they need to go. People need to go back and look at that the quitclaim deed address, the address on it. So is the address, they're going to build a property where he already has a property, where he already resides? Is that what he's saying?
I have no idea.
Because there's two properties. There's the property where he has his house, and then there's a little property where there's like this garage type of thing. But I'm gonna go back and check because I think he's trying to play fast and loose with the properties as opposed to what is actually listed as the address, because they have two different addresses. They are separated by you know, they're close to each other, but they're not next door to one another, these properties. So I think he's playing a little, you know, there's a little game here with, you know, the properties as opposed to what is actually the address listed on the quitclaim. The address listed on the quitclaim is the, I guess some people refer to it as the lake house. It's where he resides.
So there you go. I don't really know any of this information other than what.
Yeah, no, this is me saying it. This is me saying it. I'm just saying, like, it's interesting how he's not putting the address here. You know, he's talking about this other property as if that was where this garage is, which I think was like, I think valued at $80,000, the property itself or something around that price is what I recall. Okay. I don't have my notes in front of me. And he's acting, it seems like, you know, he seems to be indicating that, in my opinion, that's where the home would be built. Why would they build a home where there's already a home? You know, these are two different properties. Why he's playing, I think this is a game being played here with the way. Julie, stop in your opinion. Well, that's your opinion. I'll stop when I want to stop. I don't like to Tony, in my opinion, is a bully. He's bullied me, and he tries to bully women in particular, especially women who are vulnerable, and I don't like bullies. And I think it's already been shown by the anti-slap ruling that he is a person who's abused the courts. He's made statements in text to intimidate women like Barbecue Lady, and I'm not going to allow a bully to bully me. So I am responsible for everything I say. Nobody else on this panel is responsible for what I say, nor is anybody in the chat. So don't worry about me. I'm not going to be bullied by a bully. I'm going to call out bullies for who they are, bullies. And Tony Mathis, in my opinion, is a bully, especially of women.
So we are on, where'd we stop at?
It was about,
32,
you read about the
33.
And
okay,
you know,
so well, 32 says the defendant's statements were false and she should have known they were false. And 33 says, as later explained to defendant C&D letter, Mr. Mathis' parents are building a home property where plaintiffs keep the shop and office. Plaintiffs sold half of the slot. Okay, so we read this part here. 34 plaintiffs personally served defendant with a C&D letter on May 15th, 2025. The C&D contained public court and property records demonstrating the defendant's statements were false and proving plaintiffs were not sued by the hospital, but they did not defraud the church, and that the conveyance the plaintiffs, Mr. Mathis' parents, was an arm's length transaction for fair market value of 36. The C&D requested that defendant retract her defamatory statements and publish an apology. I thought she did. This right here, I thought she did. Mm-hmm. I thought Granny's Watching did correct herself
yes.
and apologize.
She did. She corrected herself when he clarified it was a hospital. It was a Baptist hospital, not a church. Okay. Both affiliated with the Baptist organization, religious organization, a tax exempt organization. And it was JLR who said it was a church. And when she was told that it was not, she corrected herself and said, oh, it was a hospital. Yeah, Sam Brown said, we all heard it. He's just playing, he's just pretending, it was never said. But he doesn't, it's just like, it's an omission, he's not showing the part of, he's not, referencing the live stream that she did that we all heard of her correcting herself.
Yeah, so we are on, let's see here, I think it's 37. Instead, defendant acted in a flagrant disregard of the C&D and doubling down on her actionable statements and continuing to defame plaintiffs. 38, even after the plaintiffs provided actual knowledge of the truth to the defendant concerning the hospital lawsuit in the conveyance, defendant refused to retract her defamatory statements and instead doubled down on her statements during a YouTube live broadcast on May 16, 2025. After receiving the C&D letter, defendant said, I believe what I was saying was true and I'm not changing my statement. She also repeated the false and defamatory statement alleging plaintiffs engaged in fraud. She also stated, I don't give a shit about Oklahoma laws and I don't know what's true and what's not. I go off what other people say. Said. She usually doesn't go off what other people say, but 39, in publishing those statements on May 16, defendant admitted she recklessly disregarded the truth when she made that false statement about the plaintiff and when the truth was available to defendant in public records. 40, let's see here. She also admitted to profiting from defaming plaintiffs in that video when she said, I need the ad revenue, babies. What? I've never heard Granny call her people babies. I don't know this. I don't know. Oh, fuck. On May 7th, number 41 says, on May 17, 2025, defendant again falsely accused Mr. Mathis of fraud by publishing the following image as a community post. And it says, let's see here, C&D. Look at that picture. C&D, this paperwork disallows anyone from exposing my fraud and telling the truth. And this is definitely not retaliation. Okay, 42. On May 20th, during a live broadcast on defendant's YouTube channel, defendant said, fuck the cease and desist. 43. Plaintiffs have suffered greatly while defendant profits off publishing false and defamatory statements about plaintiff. Plaintiffs have been doxxed, threatened, and humiliated. Defendant's false statements have injured plaintiff Tony Mathis' occupation as he has lost important contacts and accounts, and he fears his job may be in jeopardy by his employer, and his employer is pleased with the public attention placed upon one of its top producing employees. Well, you did that yourself. Nobody else did that. My goodness. Right, here we go. Here, let's see.
How about when he called me an idiot 14 times in 5 minutes? And he went on a live. And he says, Julie Skolnick is an idiot. I think she's an idiot. Seth thinks she's an idiot. Everybody in the true crime community thinks she's an idiot. She's an idiot. I mean, this man is a bully. In my opinion, he bullies women. How about when he and Seth called me on my live stream when I was reading the anti-slap ruling, which nobody read the day
Yeah,
it
how
came
many
out.
times did they
So
call
I
you
read
when you were reading that?
over and over. I had to block them finally. My phone kept blowing up. They were calling and texting me and calling me, which I have the phone records of. It was on a live stream to get me to stop reading the anti-slap ruling. Oh, I was literally reading a legal document. Julie, respectfully, what about all the vile, disgusting things you've said? Okay. Goodbye, Coco. Piece of shit. Anyway, the man is a bully. He bullies women. He bullied me. He bullied barbecue. And he's continuing to bully Granny's watching, in my opinion. He has a pattern of this type of behavior. He's been struck down by the courts for this behavior, and yet he continues, despite being, despite an anti-slap ruling saying you intentionally tried to, the judge citing his text as proof. It was frivolous. It was only to inflict financial pain on her. Barbecue in the text. This man, this is just more bullying behavior, in my opinion. And if Granny has to defend herself, they do have an anti-slap law in the state of Oklahoma. And maybe that will be a route that needs to be pursued there as well. I have no idea, but yeah. He picks on women for sure. It seems that way. I'm not going to.
You see, Kathy said, Julie, some of us get it. You're providing insight.
Well, I appreciate Kathy. You're a doll. And I hate bullies.
Yeah. Petty, hold on. Yeah, we already, okay, I just wanted to make sure we got this one. Okay, so here, let's finish this out here real fast. So we're at, where we stop at here? Oh, defamatory statements about plaintiffs. Plaintiffs have been doxxed, threatened, humiliated. Okay, defendants false injured plaintiff Tony Mathis' occupation as he has lost important contracts and accounts, and he fears his job may be in jeopardy as his employee is not pleased with the public attention placed upon one of its top producing employees. 44, Mr. Mathis' financial integrity, trustworthiness, and reputation is vital to his ability to maintain trust with current and potential customers and to perform his chosen occupation. Well, I mean, defendant number 45, defendants false and defamatory.
The newspapers then when they reported about and everybody, he should have sued the newspapers for reporting all his things. It's in the newspapers. Yeah. I mean, he did that to the newspaper. Were the newspapers, conspiring against him? The newspapers in his own hometown. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Listen to Voodoo snore.
I hear.
She's like a fucking.
Like she's getting it in, dude.
Dude, she's over here fucking knocked out, drooling so hard on her little bed. She's.
She's so loud.
Dude, she's out here like a fucking.
It's like the lowest rumble too. It's just, it doesn't even sound like snoring. It just sounds like a phone is vibrating. It's like.
Does it? When I go back and listen, it sounds like somebody's like breathing, like a. Like it's, and then you hear.
I'm gonna drop down real quick. I'll be back. I'm gonna go do my laps real quick.
All right, I'll catch you in a little bit.
All right, bye.
She's over here just rolling away, man.
Well,
I'm trying to stay muted, but
someone else said some right after I read the anti-slap thing, that and well, actually, I don't remember if it was the anti-slap one, whatever it was, where he went on allegedly with Brittany J. They called an emergency live, and he came on and Smiley came on, and it was with Brittany J. where he called me an idiot multiple times and said he's going to dig into everything about me and my background and my history, and if there is anything in my past, they are going to find out and they are going to put it out. You know, if anybody recalls that live where they said they were going to dig on me. And that's when I actually reached out to Jay is for Justice and said, Tony said that he's going to try to dig on me or whatever to, you know, put out any terrible information. He also brought up the boy's mother in that live stream saying, oh my God, I don't even want to repeat what he said, but it was so upsetting to me. And he, and I asked Jay, I said, Jay, could you please go ahead and you and anybody you know who's a good researcher also dig on me. Try to pull up anything that you can find, good or bad, and put it out, Jay, because Tony will, you know, I don't know if he's going to tell the truth or not, if he's just going to put out stuff that's true or not. But I know that if you dig on it, you'll put out what you find, good or bad. And has anybody heard anything about all the stuff that he's dug up on me? Yeah, it was disgusting. And the crap. And he had Smiley on, who then proceeded to call me on that same live a bitch over and over. This bitch, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he's attempted to intimidate me. And he talked about the twins' mom in that same live. Horrible. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it about me.
Alrighty, so let's see where we at here. 45 defendants' false and defamatory statements have caused Mathis to lose valuable contracts and accounts to put him in the constant worry of losing his job. 46, Mr. Mathis' trustworthiness and reputation is also vital to his voluntary work on behalf of the father of a missing child. That father, along with many other parents of missing children, rely upon Mr. Mathis to be the voice and advocate to raise awareness and publicity for grieving families. Let's see here. Grasping a glimmer of hope of seeing their children again.
I thought he just said before he never wanted to do it again. It was just for this case with no hopes. Now, didn't he say other children are relying on him?
Yeah, 2 girls. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, they're going swimming. What were you saying, Julie? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, earlier in this document, he said he only was for this case, and he had no intention of, if I recall it correctly, what you read, what I saw on the screen is that he had no intention of doing this anymore, except for that one kid in Hendersonville who was autistic, who went missing briefly. But here, what you just read is that other children rely on him. Other children rely on Mr. Mathis to be a voice and advocate to raise awareness and publicity for grieving families, grasping a glimmer of hope of seeing their children again. It's contradictory to what he just said before. He was not going to do it. He has no intention of doing this anymore. And now he's saying other children are relying on him to be a voice and an advocate. Seems like a little bit of a contradiction to me, personally.
Yeah, I feel like he contradicts himself a lot in here, in my opinion. Okay, so we're about done with this. So let's see here. Mr. Mathis trusted representative. Let's see, we already read this one, huh? Mr. Mathis' trustworthiness and reputation are also vital to his voluntary work on behalf of the father of a missing child. The father, along with many other parents of missing children, rely on Mr. Mathis to be a voice and advocate to raise awareness and publicity for grieving families, grasping a glimmer of hope, seeing their children again. 47. Defendants' false and defamatory statements have damaged Mr. Mathis' capacity to serve, others as a spokesman for families of missing children. Really?
Right.
Really? Okay. Are you sure? Sure it's just not them, not wanting to hire you themselves? I don't know. It just seems odd. But 48 defendants' false and defamatory statements have also damaged Mr. Mathis' reputation in the community, exposed her to a public humiliation of threats of harm, and caused her severe physical discomfort and emotional distress. What?
Wait, exposed Mrs. Mathis to public humiliation and threats of harm?
Defendants' false and defamatory statements also damaged Miss Mathis's reputation in the community, exposed her to public humiliation and threats of harm, and caused her severe physical discomfort and emotional distress.
I guess all those newspaper articles that mentioned Mrs. Mathis didn't cause her distress. Just Granny, nothing else.
This shit's fucking wild to me. Wild as hell. So anyways, it says count one, libel and libel per se. 49 plaintiffs incorporate the foregoing paragraphs and so fully set forth herein. 50 defendant published written false and defamatory statements against plaintiffs. 51, the defamatory statements expose plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, ridicule, and or disgrace. 52, these statements falsely accuse plaintiffs of crimes and moral failings, thus constituting libel per se. 53, defendant communicated these statements to persons other than the plaintiffs. 54, those persons reasonably understood the statements and accusations to be about plaintiffs. 55, the statements and accusations were false. 56, defendants' libel statements harmed plaintiffs' reputation, standing in the community, occupation, and exposed plaintiffs to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. 57, defendant knew the statements were false and should have known they were false and had serious doubt whether the statements were true or false. Should have had serious doubts whether the statements were true or false. I don't know why it repeats itself twice there, but it does. 58, defendant's statements do not enjoy constitutional protection as they were made knowingly and or with reckless disregard for the truth. 59, even after having actual knowledge of the truth, defendant maliciously, recklessly, and intentionally repeated and republished the libel statements about plaintiffs. 60, plaintiffs' publication and or false and defamatory accusations directly and approximately caused substantial permanent damage to plaintiffs. 61, it was reasonably foreseeable defendants' libel statements would be republished by third parties and social media accounts. 62, third parties and social media accounts did republish defendants' libel statements, and defendant desired that outcome as it increased her profits, which I think is shit. But let's see how far this goes down. God dang, look at all this. I'm not reading all the rest of this. I guess I could, but
what is he asking for at the end? Like, does it say?
Yeah, let's go down here. We'll go down here.
Yeah.
Where's this at? Down here? Yeah, punitive damages. Plaintiffs incorporating foregoing. Let's see here. Oh, here. A, I don't give a shit about Oklahoma laws. B, I don't know what is true and what's not. If I go off what other people have said, and then I believe what I was saying was true, and I'm not changing my statement. After receiving the C&D, defendant also published an insulting picture of Mr. Mathis, again accusing Mr. Mathis of criminal fraud, thus demonstrating defendant's intentional and malicious disregard for the truth, and accusing Mr. Mathis of fraudulent conduct.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I'm the one who reported on the Ponzi scheme clawback lawsuit against him and others. By the way, at the time, it was the largest Ponzi scheme, okay, in U.S. history, not in terms of money, but in terms of number of victims. At the time that it happened, I don't know since that, but when it happened, it was the largest Ponzi scheme in the United States history in terms of the number of people affected as victims. Like people said Bernie Madoff was bigger than that Ponzi scheme. Bernie Madoff was not bigger than that Ponzi scheme in terms of numbers of people. It was bigger in terms of dollar amounts, that was taken and, and misused in whatever Ponzi scheme. So, but he dealt with fewer people. This had less money involved, but more victims. Just saying. I mean, wow. That didn't hurt his reputation. That happened way before anybody knew the name Tony Mathis.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Where was we at? Several days later, during a live broadcast on a YouTube channel, defendant said, "Fuck the cease and desist." 111. The foregoing post C&D statements and conduct demonstrate malice, intent, and reckless disregard for the truth and serve as defendant's submission. Her prior defamatory statements were made in malicious and or reckless disregard of the truth. 112, in stating I need that ad revenue, babies. Defendant further admitted she intended to continue her tortious acts against plaintiffs to generate ad revenue. Whatever. Oh my God. Oh my God. I do not believe that for one fucking second. Not 1 second. Because when has Granny ever talked about her ad revenue? I have never heard her speak on her ad revenue. She does not care.
Yes, Shauna. She's right. He goes big or goes home. Wow.
This is fucking wild, isn't it, Julie?
It's you know, frankly, people who abuse our legal system in this way, I just don't even know that our legal system is set up to handle people like this, like Mr. Tony Mathis, who it doesn't even matter to him about the anti-slap. It seems it doesn't matter. It's just he's just wants to he preys on that, like what bullies do. They go after people they deem as unable to fight back. They don't fight fair, and that's what I think is happening here. This is malicious. And Granny, if you're watching, she and I have never discussed or emailed each other or anything, talked on the phone, never. But whatever I can do to help, I would like to do that. I would like to help her because I mean, not that to raise awareness, to raise money for her to defend herself. Whatever I could do to help, I would like to help. I really would. And I'm going to. I don't like bully men pushing around, younger women, single moms. It's not right. Thanks, guys.
All right, here we go. Did you want to hop down, Julie? You can hop down, honey. You ain't got to stay up here.
Thank you.
All right, baby.
All right. Thank you, Queen.
We'll see
and I'm
later.
very sorry about what's going on with this. And I hope Granny's okay.
Yeah, me too. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you all.
Yeah, this has been crazy. This has been kind of wild. What's up, B Tim?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
I'm jumping on. I have like another 25 minutes free. Yeah, I mean, it's just the usual stuff, man. This guy is, double speaking. One moment he's a private citizen, and next moment he's helping all the children in the world, type of deal. It's double speak. And him putting his wife's mental state in there is kind of interesting because guess what? Now we're going to get if they did go to trial, you know what's going to be available when you start claiming mental state? Your medicals. Once you start claiming medicals, you're going to have to see you're going to see all psychological records. Like, this is the stupidity of this guy. And honestly, this guy is just like, I feel like these people just abuse the system. That's what they do. That's my opinion. I think a lot of them just abuse the system, and they think it's a ha-ha moment, joke when they fuck around. And I think anti-slaps were made just for these types of people. And I think this being brought up to the Pennsylvania and telling them like, hey, look what they're doing is going to be interesting. I just think it's a pretty outrageous behavior, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion on it. I bet she would be, let me see. But we'll see what the lawyer will say. I mean, it's just like they just pull the shenanigans all the time. They may tag team each other. That's why BJ is collecting money. Well, that could be it. These people might be thinking that it might be this great idea to just start filing claims in their own states, even though they're not allowed to do that. So that is the plan that they try to do. And they think they've got a one-up when they're basically abusing the court system. Ask how Lima's doing with abusing the court system. She's currently being sued by her own attorney for attorney's fees because she lost both cases, one in Jersey, one in California. And she owes close to $100,000 to BJ Investigates. So, I mean, constantly fuck around with the legal system. It takes a while, but eventually you will pay. So you already lost the Pennsylvania matter, and you're going to get hit with triple damages on that. And when this comes around, first off, I highly doubt you're going to have to make a fantastic argument in why somehow words from Pennsylvania has resulted in allowing the courts in Oklahoma to have jurisdiction over Pennsylvania courts. So you're going to have a very interesting time trying to prove that. And then you're going to have a very interesting time trying to prove the fact that this is not going to break fair play, where you're forcing the defendant to travel to your state to fight a lawsuit. And it would not be undue cost to them. So, I don't know. So, it is what it is. Who is going against BJ's Investigates, BTM? I missed that. Well, she's not anymore, but Lima was the lady that was on Soap Fight Underbelly, the one that did like the VR rehab thing. She basically was suing BJ's Investigates for over 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. And she first filed in Jersey, and then she filed in California at the same time, and she did orders of protections and all matters of crazy stuff. And both sides not only threw her cases out with prejudice, charged her with costs of like $80,000, one of the courts, but also sanctioned her for $10,000. So, and now currently Lima is, as I heard from BJ Investigates, is being sued by her own counsel because she hasn't paid them. So I guess that's what happens. BJ Investigates. She's another YouTuber.
Yeah, she went through the hell with her 3 years of her shit.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
but
like
she,
2 or 3. It was $300,000 altogether.
yeah, probably more. She probably spent. And by the way,
Fucking
she's
insane. Just because old girl wanted to file lawsuits on her. That's it. That's all. Here we go. So here's what he's asking. Plaintiffs demand a jury trial and respectfully pray for relief. So here's the relief. The judgment he entered against the defendant for actual damages, compensatory damages, punitive damages, and fees not to exceed $75,000 plus interest and cost. To the judgment and equity. Hold on. That judgment and equity be entered against defendant in the form of a permanent injunction enjoining defendant from making or publishing defamatory statements about plaintiffs and for any such further relief as deemed by this court. Respectfully submitted.
yeah. I mean, I don't think he's got a case.
I don't either, in my opinion.
I think he is gonna. I think probably, and this is why I think Granny's probably going to need an attorney in Oklahoma. She's going to have to eventually answer. And then, once she gets properly served, she'll answer. And then she's going to have an attorney in Oklahoma to file a dismissal and like paperwork. And that's going to cost money. Jury trial. Yeah, all civil cases are jury trials. It's just the normal thing, 90% of New York cases do just settle, though. They don't really go to jury. BTM also, I believe, any chance Tony and the others had of the judge in PA not awarding Granny. Oh yeah, that is gone. They're going to get hit with triple damages. Once they find out about this as well, it's like, oh, you're filing more frivolous lawsuits? You haven't learned your lesson? Okay. And this one I think is probably going to get thrown out. I don't think this is not going to get, because their reasoning for jurisdiction is that they've gotten damages from the YouTuber. And I don't think that's going to be enough. There would have to be more. And I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what type of judge you're dealing with over there. But you never know. But the case law doesn't support it. So we'll see what happens. And that's why I say, in this situation, it's good to have an attorney there that knows the laws, that's going to file the motion to dismiss and know exactly how to deal with it, So, I don't know. I think this is good. And also, you put your wife on there as well. It's like, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. If he doesn't want it to be talked about, he shouldn't have become a national spokesperson. Yeah, he's kind of talking on both sides of his face with this complaint. It's like one moment he's a private citizen, but then he says he's a national spokesperson, here to help to save the children. It's like, sir, how would people know that you're a national spokesperson? Well, you'd have to be on TV and YouTube. Wouldn't that make you a public figure? Yes. Wouldn't that make you a public figure open to criticism and commentary? Yes. So this is what he doesn't quite understand. That's it. That's all. The problem is that GW's attorney is licensed in the state of Pennsylvania and is probably not licensed in the state of Oklahoma. So that's why she needs another attorney now in the state of Oklahoma, because unless they have reciprocity or something like that, I'm not reciprocity. I mean, what would they call that Latin word term? But basically, you practice under another attorney's license. It's not going to be the case. So, and that costs money. So, I think GW said that she was her attorney's going to see if there was an attorney in Oklahoma that could represent her in this case. And yeah. And you might say, well, why does she even have to answer it? If you don't answer, you automatically lose. You know what I mean? So you have to answer, even if it's bullshit. It's just how it is. Pro hoc vice. Thank you, Kathy P. That's the word. Thank you. I was lost in a moment. So you have to basically answer, unfortunately, in this case scenario. So.
Yeah, I think people fail to realize she still has to answer it regardless.
Yeah, even if we find it full of shit, and that most likely it's going to be dismissed because it's not properly in the proper jurisdiction, it still needs to be answered, because if you don't answer, guess what? they just say, okay, well, you win. Did you notify her? Did you get the, you have that documentation that shows that she was actually served? Yeah, we're going to give her a couple extra days, probably like an extra 20 days. And if she doesn't answer by then, we're just going to go and enter judgments against her. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
So it's just how it is. It would even be, it's better to even answer if you don't have an attorney, you just have to answer even if you don't have an attorney. So, and that's the plan basically, because what happens is that now Granny's going to have to basically hire an attorney in Oklahoma to go into the courtroom. Well, first she's going to hire an attorney. She's going to have to basically send him clips of information. He's going to have to do research. Then he's going to write his reply. And then, the reply, the answer. And then it's basically, a waiting game in there. And then he's going to go in front of the judge, make his argument, wait 30 days on that one, maybe 60 days. So basically this whole thing will probably take upwards of like 100 days to figure out, maybe less. So maybe 2 to 3 months. So that's the situation. The joys of running a YouTube channel. Everyone says, oh, it'll be okay. It's just like that movie scene from Die Hard. Oh, you can just join the party. It'll be a fun time. It's like, yeah, welcome to, but the problem is when you talk about these types of people, these like lol cows, these crazy people, they all just want to bring litigation because at the end of the day, they can't handle one thing, which is criticism and the truth. So it is what it is. Yeah, it is. And guess who's going to, what's going to happen is that this is now going to be part of the record and it's going to show, what these guys are doing on the side.
Yeah, it just sucks. Granny, does she have Granny still hasn't even been served. So she probably has no idea. I know she was busy today. So
I mean, even this. Yeah, unless a person is properly served, even if they're alerted online of it, it still doesn't matter. You still have to serve them the paperwork. So, and I don't even like, if these guys want to be pricks about it, I would just be like, okay, I'm going to wait for you to hire the process server to serve me. So you pay money for it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to the sheriff's office to be served myself. No, fuck that. You can deal with it. You can hire that process server to serve me again. I'll be petty like that. I would be petty like that. So, like, I don't even think that 20 days has started because she got like a notice on her door.
She's got to be served first. Yeah, she's got to be served. It starts the day she gets served.
So, I don't know. Well, that's just the usual, just the like big girl for life. A lot of these cases, they just add stuff, to make it sound better. And when you're reading that, it's very, very weak case. It's like, well, she said that I was sued by I was sued by a church, but it was a hospital, and also the switch deed or what quick deed thing. And it's like, is that the only thing? I think I didn't hear the rest of it. Was that the only thing?
I thought she corrected that. Like, I thought she fucking corrected all that already. One time and apologized, corrected it, and kept it fucking moving. What is the problem 6 months down the road?
Well, she did, and that's the problem with who he's going to have. Because when you're a public figure, if the person says an untrue statement, it's not enough. They have to show that the untrue statement was that the person knowingly continued the false information, even though they were giving true information.
See.
So it has to be like malicious, basically. And like, it's tough, man. Like, for instance, Candace Owens, she's basically being sued by the French president's wife because she says that she's a man, and they had to go. Yeah, she's a man, and it's the first trans. No, I'm not even joking. It's the first trans, and the what she's trying to sue, and what she had to do to be able to sue Candace Owens is she had to send like literal birth certificates of her kid, like of her, and like news articles of her kids being born and all this stuff they sent to her. Like, I'm literally like your whole life story. And then once they did that, then they were able to sue. Even like when they showed all this paperwork proving that it was a woman. And even that, there's a 50-50 chance that Candace Owens could win and not lose the defamation case. That's how high it is. That's how tough it is to do a defamation case on a public figure. The Macron saying thank you. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Owens has been saying Brigitte Maros is a man. Brigitte is suing. Yeah, and I think there was like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem with that type of case. When you're suing a public figure, it's a lot. You need to you have to not only prove that the statement is untrue, but that the statement is actually that there was corrective information. That person ignored that corrective information, that the new stuff, and that they went forward anyway maliciously. And that's basically why most people try to say, like, I'm a private citizen, because that standard is lower, is higher. Lower for defamation for a private person. So the thing is, they could be that a guy's grandma, and that's gross. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that the whole age thing is weird in France. I don't know. That's a weird shit to me, but that's just my opinion. The audacity, yes, defamation is extremely hard to win. The audacity of people just saying shit like women are men, etc., is just disgusting. Yeah, but even though it's a very high bar when it comes out. CO has defamed a lot of people in the past, so this is not surprising. She's being sued right now. Yeah, she has defamed a lot of people, but I wanted to bring her up as an example to show, like, obviously it's a pretty untrue statement. I think that's a woman, and I think it's being done maliciously, to be honest with you, her statements. But even then, I would say there's a 50% chance that she will not lose that defamation case, that she will actually prevail. And there's lawyers that that have said that opinion. Like, there's a potential that she will not lose lose against the president's wife. So if she can possibly have a 50-50 chance, imagine like what Granny has. You know what I mean? Like, that's how high the bar is. So that's why I bring it up. So, just a TT who's stuck his face next to Seth Stern every YouTube TV appearance now wants to just be a private. Well, that's the usual. They do that it's a tactic, because like defamation is a lower standard when you're private. So, but the problem is the filings are double speak. Like, I'm a national spokesperson for missing children, but yet I'm not a public figure. I help people. Okay, then you're a public figure. You were actually ruled at the very least a limited public figure. So it's a crock of shit. And the problem is also, he didn't really point out what did Granny do to really defame the wife. You're suing for defamation. These two people are suing for defamation. And the truth of the matter is, complaints, you can basically write anything in a complaint. And you know what I mean? And then it's just how it is. The Macrons getting there for a slap. No, I don't think so. I think their lawsuit's legitimate, the Macrons, but it's a tough standard to deal with. And I think it's kind of weird, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird the wife is actually suing people for that, because you're like the president's wife, and you probably should just ignore these whack jobs, to be honest with you. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if it's a smart idea to to bring attention to it. But anywho. But yeah, I don't agree. But yeah. What's up?
No, you gotta head back to work.
I got about, I'm going to be heading back for it probably in like 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay. I was going to say, I got to go. I got something to take care of.
You got business to take care of?
Yeah, I got something I got to go take care of. So I'm going to jump off here for now. And then I was going to pop back on later tonight. I have a 3.5, almost, well, one of them 3.5 hours. The other one's like 7 or 8 minutes. And then another one's like 10 minutes. Screen recording of Beej's mod chat that I need to go through before I say anything or put anything out or anything like that. So I'll be live about that. You know what I mean? I don't really want to put out private messages or nothing because I don't really like that kind of shit, but there's some things that definitely need to be spoke about. So
yeah, no problem. I'll skedaddle away. You have a good day.
You too, baby. I'll talk to you after a bit.
Bye.
And you guys, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please keep greening your thoughts. I mean, I know it's fucked up. I know some people don't like her and some people don't fuck with her, but it's foul as hell to get served with a frivolous lawsuit, especially when you're already dealing with one. And I mean, it's hell when you ain't got the financial means for one, and then you get hit with another one. It's fucked up. It's foul. I don't like it. I don't believe in it. I think it's fucking horse shit. I think it's bullshit considering I went through this bullshit with Betty for 2 years now. I think it's fucking hell, and I don't agree with it. I think the laws need to change. So in regards to just suing anybody whenever you want for whatever you want. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for showing love. As always, I will see you guys later, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. QB out.